wearing the panties your mother put out for you. That just
You're a real asshole.
What? I wish that Kramer could have been my best friend. He's cooler than my best friend. Now I don't know about you, but I always wanted to hang out on the Cosby Show. Bill is the coolest. J-E-L-L-O.
ask for a whore.
I wish I was cool just like E.C. Slater. I wish I was bad just like Darth Vader. And I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight.
Welcome to the second installment of MisInterview podcast with you. As both times, I'm Zach.
I'm Eric.
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, we got fun stuff today, man.
What do we have?
Well, we have a special guest, a very special, world-renowned guest, I would even say. I think would be fairly accurate, wouldn't you?
Fair, yes.
We have the venerable, the world-famous, the Twitter-renowned GitEmSteveDave. Get him?
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So how's it feel to be on a podcast that doesn't have listeners as opposed to the one you're normally on?
Well, when you're a spy, how you introduce yourself on a podcast is the difference between life and death. So I've learned from Michael Weston. So
now, most of our listeners are also TellEmSteveDave listeners, and by most I mean both.
Yep.
So they're familiar. They're familiar with you, your exploits, your adventures, your Zippo collection, these things. So they're very interested to hear. There's been a lot of internet buzz lately around the GitEmSteveDave adventure.
Okay, if you want to call it buzz.
Are you prepared to bare your soul and to share your inner workings?
Well, as someone who lives his life on a 24-hour webcam, it's really tough for me to be, to let people into my private zone. But I think I can for you guys.
Well, and I appreciate that because I kind of like to think that Get 'em and I have become friends over the last month. We actually interact quite a lot. True?
Yes, true.
Yeah, we both need lives. I think is a big part of I spend more time talking to Get 'em on Facebook than I do interacting with my wife.
I'm not surprised.
Oh well. Yeah, as I mentioned to Walt, I have there's computers all over my house because I fix them and everything. So, and the webcams all require computers, and there's a laptop pretty much permanently mounted to my couch. So if I'm sitting down or watching TV, I'm on the computer, so I technically count that as being online. Plus, I got the iPod Touch, the HP Touchpad, and everything. So
you're kind of like RoboCop.
Yes, and I even eat the baby food. So
now, real quick before we get too far away from it, you do have the Jersey Cam site, right?
Yes.
You want to pimp that a little bit? Feel free to pimp away, sir.
Okay, which is found at GitEmSteveDave.com, TellEmSteveDave.com, CashForBowlingBalls.com might still be mine. I had Chemo Cuties for a while. I think I still have PorkRollandEggs.com. I did just get DrunkStorytime.com.
Yeah, congratulations on that grab, by the way, because that's a big deal, really.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one else has stolen it from me. So, because I remember when I got my first business cards made up for GetEmSteveDave.com. I was like, you know what? I ordered the cards. I'm like, I should probably see if it's been registered yet or not. And luckily, it wasn't. So. Right.
Well, and there's nothing worse than somebody swooping in and taking a domain name you might want, right?
Yeah, I mean, and Kevin. I know definitely Kevin Smith knows that. So.
Excellent. So we're
that's two.
Yeah,
hey there.
God damn it! I'm still on one. We're kind of dancing around it, but obviously the subject at hand is the fact that you do indeed own the domain name TellEmSteveDave.com.
Yes, I do.
Right. And you're friendly with the boys over at TellEmSteveDave. You know them on a personal level. You've interacted with them, correct?
Yeah, I go to the store every now. Whenever I find something nice at the flea market, I try to go over to the store. It doesn't mean it doesn't have to be on a day the show's recording or anything. I'll just when I get some stuff together, I just head over there as soon as I can.
Right,
So,
and you like to drop things off, and kind of turnabout's fair play. They see something they think you're interested in, they'll probably let you know, like Quinn, and that's in the Haunted Zippo.
yes, so it wasn't a Zippo, but it was a haunted lighter nonetheless.
Okay.
So yeah, when he got that, but Walt was looking for photos of like creepy things, and he said a long time ago, and it's always stuck in my head. And like one day, I found photos from it was an embalming school from like 1917.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, I said, I think these photos might be too creepy. And I brought him in, and the look on his face was pure, like, joy. Like, giddy schoolgirl glee. He was like, oh my God, these are so cool. And I know Mike Zapsik likes Justice League figures. So, he plays with them with his kids. So whenever I find them cheap, and I can swoop it, I can get it from underneath Rob Bruce, I grab those. So, I do walk around there for hours during the day, so I try to keep my eyes open for wherever I can. So
well, and it's amazing to me because flea marketing isn't really something we have here. Like we don't that culture doesn't exist here in the Midwest, to my knowledge. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to go to a flea market.
Flea markets, auctions. We got a lot of them in New Jersey, so and it's not just me walking around. Everybody there knows me. When I don't show up for a day or two, people ask me where I've been. It's that, people go, hey, Zippo, because, I collect Zippo lighters.
Right.
So.
Well, and it's a social deal just as much as it is like a rush to get the best thing that you can find. Or, I mean, just like anything else, when you find something that you enjoy, then you're surrounded by other people who enjoy the same thing. So it becomes friendships and relationships grow out of that, much like podcasting and the internet.
And nemesis, because there's people who, like, last Sunday I lost a Zippo to some guy who's, he beat me by 30 seconds. So it was, it's bad. But, like, I have one friend in California who's looking for the old plastic Ghostbusters proton pack so he can make there's ways you can mod them to look like the movie ones.
Okay, sure.
So I'm on the lookout for one of them.
Yeah, and you don't take the easy way out. You don't just eBay shit. Like you actually hunt things down and acquire them.
I did eBay.
Why you gotta look at
eBay shit. And when the mailman starts leaving totes on your front porch, you're in trouble, and that's when you have to stop eBaying because you worked up a credit card bill.
Fair enough. Makes sense. I'm looking at you, Eric.
That's what I was saying. Why you got to look at me when you say eBay, and you got to say it like it's a dirty word?
Because it's your middle name.
So?
Oh, and I'll tell you, I love myebay.com. It's a sniping site. You just enter in like how many seconds before the end of the auction you want to put your bid in for, and set it. And you put in 50 snipes, and you come back and you won 2 of them. You won for the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. There's tools, man. There's tools.
See, I lost an auction the other day.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah. Did you heard?
Yeah.
Wait, how'd you hear?
Because you were probably bitching about it on the internet, like you do.
No, wasn't that the one where you were looking for a signature?
No, that was Eric.
Oh yeah, I lost by like a fucking second because I wasn't at the sniper site. I was trying to use my damn iPhone, and it was shitty in Zach's basement.
Put it in your basement.
Yeah, put it in my basement. That's fine.
There's I was trying to get a battery, a Canon battery grip for my 50D, and it was a great price, and it was my fault though, and it was my fault because I started bidding too early, and that
drives me nuts,
up.
man.
Yeah.
People need to stop doing that shit.
Yeah, I bid like 4 days before it ended.
Idiot.
And then that's when you usually get the shill bidders going, because the shill bidders usually won't start off first.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get shill bidders, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
But speaking of the hunt, and speaking of battery grips, that's when it reminds me of my biggest loss was when somebody had a Graflex lightsaber hilt.
Oh yeah.
Made from the actual. It was $5, and it had the LED. It had the LED display on the side and the rubber grips and the D-ring for the belt, and I passed it up.
Oh
damn. The one that got away.
Yeah, and it's the one I still eats away at me.
That's your Moby lightsaber, sir.
I was like, I could put that on my hip, go to a con, and just get the Star Wars trim.
Oh, absolutely,
for sure.
Absolutely. I once challenged somebody. Who was it that I challenged? That I wanted to see photos of a Star Wars chick banging herself with a lightsaber.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's got to be there. I mean, in all the kink on the internet, there's got to be a lightsaber hilt crammed in a chick's vag somewhere.
Yeah. Speaking of kink, did you see? I just read online yesterday that Buffy is getting the porn spoof treatment.
Yes. Hopefully it'll be someone that's hot.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, you know who would be good? Yeah. Jenna Hayes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what's wrong with the really high pitch voice? Is that Jenna Hayes or Brie Olson?
It's probably Katie Morgan has a high pitch voice.
Katie Morgan. Oh, okay, yep, that's the one. That's the one. Yep.
Brie Olson is too hot to do porn, in my opinion.
Is Brie Olson the one who's hooked up with the Torpedo of Truth?
Yeah, she was. She's no longer with him. I follow her on Twitter, and she's amazing.
I follow Charlie.
She's easily almost as crazy as he is, just in a different way, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you follow her at all?
No, I don't, but I've seen.
She is beautiful. Like, she is a beautiful girl. Like, you watch the behind-the-scenes videos and stuff of her, she's just naturally gorgeous. But she's so fucking batshit that, like, her claim to fame in porno was that she was a dirty talker, and she's so proud of it. It's always like, oh yeah, fuck me in my dirty poop smeared ass. I'm like, whoa. For about 14 seconds of that, it was hot. It was the 15th second you made it weird.
Yeah, it's when she laid out that line about wearing the panties your mother put out for you. That's just...
yeah.
Oh, shit. I'll be honest. One, you're a very funny guy.
I try.
Truth. And it doesn't come across like you're trying, and that's the beauty of it. Two, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, and everyone says that I sounded so bad on the podcast that I was on, and it is so tough to be in the den of, you're in the stash, and you're at the card table, and everyone else has got their dedicated mics, and you have the mic stand with, like, the tissue paper holding the microphone screwed into the tissue, and so it's holding it in place, and you're I felt like Corbin Dallas when Ruby Rod was like interviewing him, and you're getting at it from three sides. You got Brian, because they're at like the three corners, and so you got Walt from this side, and that laugh of his just so intoxicating, and then you got Q, and Brian is just Brian's just Brian.
Right.
And, it is just so tough. And they have such a dynamic together. Sometimes I try to find myself, like, interjecting, and it's just like I'm so meek. I don't want to interrupt their flow.
Right. And that's fair. And honestly, I mean, it's my favorite podcast. I'm a total tell 'em geek, but, and I understand that it's got to be very intimidating to go in. It's not like when they're at Collinswood and it's kind of everybody's on an equal footing. You go into their world. Yeah. That's got to be tough. I mean, it's got to rattle you a little bit.
Yeah. And it's like I said, you're there, and it's just, it almost feels like Picasso's painting the Great Wall of, the Great Ceiling of China, and you're just like, hey, Leonardo, as he's,
right.
And you're interrupted him. And
right.
So you're just sitting there going, excuse me, can I raise my hand and you'll pay attention to me? It's so, yeah, that's why I sound, and like I said, they're coming at you from three different directions, and you're trying to answer each question, and there's another new one coming at you.
Well, and they go at you. I mean,
oh yeah.
Especially, was it about 10 episodes back when the domain thing broke, when the cat was out of the bag, they went at you pretty hard. Which, honest, in our conversations, I've been very clear. I don't like bullies, right? So, which is why I wanted to give you an opportunity to tell your story on our show without all the hen pecking and the sniping and the from the side, and which a lot of it is just for effect, and I understand that they do it because it's funny, and it was.
This guy, he owes you. He's riding your coattails. Yada yada yada.
Well, and in all honesty, we talked about that a little bit too, and that is kind of the hey daddy, look at me, hey daddy, look at me, that their fan base has, and to an even greater extent, Big Kev's fan base has.
Oh yeah.
I will say anything to get you to notice me, even if it's I will rape you and your wife and burn your house down. Just to get the kablock from him, people will say stupid shit.
Yeah.
So I can understand that it would be pretty intimidating to be in basically their fortress of solitude there. And by solitude, I mean a public place where lots of people shop. Yeah. But, that's where they're comfortable. You're in their arena, and you don't quite know how you fit in,
Yeah, and you're a little far in the back, but still, every time you hear that beep, that's somebody coming in the door. And there's people just walking around you, and it's just kind of like, pay no attention to the podcasting geniuses in front of you. And I swear most of the people who are in the store don't know that they're podcasting.
Really? What do they think they're doing with headphones on and microphones in their faces?
Gaming. No, there's no headphones.
Oh, there's no
headphones.
They don't wear the headphones?
They do. I think, I want to say maybe Walt does.
God, I would think Bri would have to, because he cuts it later, and as the guy who cuts the podcast, not wearing headphones would drive me fucking batshit, sir.
Okay. I don't know. I know I don't get headphones, so.
Well,
I haven't got.
But you get a microphone, which is better than we do for some of our co-hosts who come in here on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. We provide. They just can't use the fucking equipment, man.
You got to lean into the microphone. Even I put a little pop filter on my my boom microphone that I'm wearing right now, so I wouldn't pop my P's that much.
And it works. It sounds very good. Yes. Yeah. I'm kind of impressed by the sound quality. We should give it a quick pimp. You're using something through Google Plus, yeah?
Yeah, it's the Google Plus Hangout Extras, and if people don't have Google Plus, you can actually, if they're in the U.S., you can dial them for free, and it uses Google Voice to connect them.
That's
so you can have like a full video chat with other people and just microphone only and somebody through their phone.
Well, and isn't it like, can't you do up to 10 people or something like that with this video chat that they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually, that's kind of a little good best kept secret deal, because I mean the sound quality in this is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good.
I mean, it's actually.
I thought he was using Vonage.
Well played, sir.
But yeah, I mean, it's I don't use this for drunk story time. I use Tiny Chat because I don't like letting everyone get on camera for that, because we've had a couple people expose themselves.
Oh, perfect.
And if I'm not paying attention or there's no moderator in the room, everyone's getting exposed to somebody else's exposure.
Well,
because I'm just reading my story.
It's just like chat roulette.
Blast it out of my mind, yeah.
Like sexy exposure?
Dude, it's
not sexy exposure? No?
No, dude, it's like me and you exposure, I'm thinking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very little, but so
it's true.
It was like the top of an Easter egg poking out through all the play grass.
You know what? You're a real asshole.
What?
What? What do you mean? What?
Hey, that's your eBay, little dick.
You
come at me, I
sell on you. No, it's not my eBay. I sell eBay through my wife's account because she has positive feedback.
However you can get it.
Oh hell! So let's get into the meat. Let's do it. Let's
meat and taters.
So the meat and taters is that you own TellHimSteveDave.com. The boys wanted TellHimSteveDave.com, obviously, because they have the podcast Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Yes.
They came at you a little bit, and they wanted you to come up with a price, like a name the price.
Yes,
all
and
right.
It's I hate to say, I hate to like brag or not brag, but like drag something in there. I do technically have Asperger's, and which means I can wear one of those cool puzzle piece stickers on the back of my car. I was thinking about getting my father one, but cool puzzle ribbons. But what the hell is this thing? And you need it because you're a father of an autistic kid. What? But and one of the things is that I do have trouble putting a physical price. I put emotional prices on things. That's why I don't sell my lighters. I buy my lighters, and they all mean something to me, really.
Right, that's fair.
So it's tough to for me to put a price on anything. And I'll usually just when anyone asks me like, how much is this letter worth? I'm like, look, check eBay. That's my best guess is check eBay.
Yeah, right.
I know what I want to pay for it. I know, like when I go to the flea market, I know what I want to pay for a lighter
because you know what it means to you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And, you know, I know how much, because my collection doesn't support itself, so I know how much I can almost how much I can afford to pay.
That doesn't sound weird at all. I mean, I don't have Asperger's or anything, but I'm the same way. I can't, like, once I own something, if I get something I want, it doesn't really become worth money to me at that point anymore. It's mine and I'm keeping it.
Well, it's not even that. It's just that if you ask me, like, I have this lighter, how much is it worth? I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, when I go on eBay, I search for Zippo starting from lowest to highest.
Yeah.
And what I would do is bid on the lowest up until about $6 to $7 with shipping.
Right.
That's what I would put my bids at, and then just, you know, let them wait. Because that's about what a lighter is worth. Because, you know, in reality, a couple years down the line, they're going to sell for, you know, they can sell for easily 10. And I plan on these being an investment for my future children.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you look for specific lighters? Do you look for lighters that have some kind of that's there's something quirky or different about them, or are you just happy to get any lighter?
See, like, the best Zippos are the ones that have nothing on them. Like, I was there with somebody was there recently with me. He's a big Zippo guy, and we were just walking along, and I spotted 3 Zippos. The lady was like, "I'll give them for." One of them was in the box. It was brand new in the box, new old stock. Like, it was from the 50s or 60s. Had the original paint and everything, and I got him 3 for $5, and he was like, you know, that one lighter's worth 50 to 60 in the box. And I'm like, okay, it's, you know, it doesn't faze me. I had a chance to get a titanium Zippo. You know, it was $250, and I could have easily sold it on eBay for $600 to $700. I mean, if you eBay titanium Zippo, solid titanium Zippo, you see how much they fetch, and it's. But it was almost like I couldn't justify buying it because I would want to play with it, and it was still new in the box,
right?
Which would ruin it.
I know how that is, and I make Eric so angry because I open everything.
Hey, I don't open shit.
No, he doesn't open anything. I open everything.
Well, you know, I just bought I found the Lego Advent calendars, Lego Star Wars Advent calendars on sale.
Was that you that was talking to me about that, Eric?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it must have been Get 'em. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
But yeah, I found them for like $30 each, which, you know, is a good price. So I picked up 2 of them, and now I'm just going to leave them in a box for like a year because I picked up the original Batman tumbler in Lego, and I still have the box. That's how I'm anal retentive like that. I just keep things. I still have the box, all the bags, you know, because I split them up with razor blades, and I still put together the model and everything. And like, you look at that set now, new in the box, and it goes. I paid $39 for it. It goes for like $300.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some of those Lego sets. So I picked up a Stormtrooper Technic set. I bought it for $3. The manual, the instruction manual inside sells for $10 on eBay. I picked up the whole box. It's sealed in the box for $3.
Wow.
Nice.
No, okay. So to put it in perspective for people, what was the last thing you sold?
At the flea market?
Yeah, just the last thing you sold, period, to anybody.
Today I found a sterling silver money clip on the ground at the flea market. Like, it was grounded to the ground, like, you know, I think somebody just dropped it, but it didn't have any money in it or anything, and I sold that for $15. And then I sold 2 weed whackers that I found on the side of the road for $5 a piece.
But you had
condition on who cares.
But you had no emotional attachment to any of those items.
No. And today I picked up 21 Army BDU shirts for $60, and I'm going to try to sell them tomorrow for at least $80.
Wow. Wow.
So which is, you know, definitely. So
that's the big distinction, though, correct? Is that, like, it matters whether you have an emotional attachment to what you have, or that you have some kind of connection. And if you have a connection,
well, not even that. It's not even that. Usually, it's tough for me to put a price on things. I've kind of come to I've kind of come to rules now lately when it comes to certain things. Like, usually if it's selling to somebody else at the flea market, I charge them what I pay for it because I want them to do the same thing to me.
Right.
But like, when it comes to the Army Navy guys, since I know what they mark stuff up to, it's like, well, you know, if I can I paid $60 for it. If I can make an extra $20, which is a round number, I'm going to do it. Because worst comes to worst, he's going to get me down to $70. So I still make $10 on top of that.
Right, which is pure profit because you didn't have to ship it, you didn't have to do any of that. Yeah, which has got to be where flea markets are the tops because you don't have to deal with the shipping, you don't have to deal with all the bullshit they deal with on eBay because it's pure profit. Whatever you make over what you pay is profit, other than your gas to drive there.
And I'm 5 minutes. Everyone goes, "Oh, why don't you go to Columbus, which is another flea market, like an hour and a half away from me?" I'm like, I'm 5 minutes away from this flea market. I drive here. I can coast to the flea market, and so if my car breaks down, I'm that close to home, and I'm always that close to home, so it's not like I'm far away. It's the only place I go, so I spend less money that way because I'm only there, and I know everybody there.
Right,
so,
and it's social. Yeah, again, you're back to it being a social. It's about more than just buying and selling. It's about interacting with the people who you've become friends with.
And the boys were filming a thing for the Stash there the other day, and it just happened to be the weekend after one of the ladies there died.
Oh,
and she died in the porta potty, which is sad, but
that's very sad.
Yeah, and for the next couple every weekend since then, I guess since she reserved her tables for a month, they took her tables away and set up flowers every Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously someone who was in good standing, had been there for a while. Everybody knew.
Yeah,
who
but
she was.
it's just kind of like that. Everybody, the people who are there a lot, everyone knows them. And like I said, everyone knows me because I'm there all the time.
Right.
So,
now, do you ever have a table, or you just move around and kind of?
No, I just stuff like the weed whackers. I just had them in the pickup bed. And so, when it was, whenever I got around to it, I just, unlocked them and brought them over to the guy who buys power tools and said, "Do you want them for $5?" I said, "I figure the trimmer heads are worth $5 each." He goes, "Okay." So I got $10. And there's guys who just go around buying silver and gold and, all the other precious metals and such. So you just, they'll usually give you spot price or whatever it's selling for per ounce.
Right.
So
that's your gas right there. You sold 2 weed whackers that you found on the side of the road. That paid for your gas to drive to and from the flea market.
If more than that, it was definitely more. I think $5 gets me, because I have the diesel, so it's $5 gets me back and forth.
Right.
So
well, that's and the most important thing is that you enjoy it. As long as it's not putting you in the hole, you're not going to the casino and gambling away your life savings. You're going and doing something you enjoy. You spend the whole day out there. It doesn't cost you anything to be there unless you spend money, unless you buy something. So I guess I don't, I remember Q getting on your balls a lot about how much time you spent out there, but I guess I don't get it.
He was also being, he was being fed by Rob Bruce, who told him I was there till 5 o'clock at night.
Right.
Or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm there maybe 11 o'clock. I'm out of there.
Right. So you go early.
Yeah, I get there 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because if the sun's up, you're there too late because that's when all the vendors go around and buy from each other.
Okay.
So and that's the other thing is that they know that I don't sell stuff, so I get a better price because vendors, they don't want to sell something to somebody and then have that person sell it.
Right. A lot like Eric with his autographs.
Yeah.
Going and getting somebody's autograph. Eric always tries to personalize his autographs, right? And explain your logic behind that.
Why do I try to personalize them?
Yeah.
Just because then they know that I'm not out there just trying to get a bunch of shit to sell.
Right.
And then usually they're more willing to interact with me while I'm there too, because they know I'm not just this guy's a price tag. I'm selling this shit.
Wow, you're the 10th person here named eBay.
Yeah, I did that once. I don't remember who it was to, but they're like, "Who should I make it out to?" And I just said eBay, and he's like, "Seriously?" Nah, I'm just kidding. But
So the boys they asked you to name a price, which you're not comfortable doing because that's just who you are. Okay, and that's I don't even feel like we need to make the distinction that you have Asperger's. It's just who you are. You don't feel that's part of your personality. You don't feel comfortable putting prices on things.
Yeah, it's just I'll tell you the Gadget's honest truth. I was there the night or two before I was going to go over there. I was asking people if this comes up, how much should I ask for? I always you get the stupid thing, ask for a whore, $1 million. Ask for Schwalbach. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, please, I'm like. Can I just ask for Ali Larder? She's,
Yeah, there
no,
you go.
It's you're trying to ask a serious question on the internet. There's your first mistake. Let me ask a serious question to my friends on the internet. Penis.
Yeah, titties first.
Get your DFTFO. What? No. So, and if you listen to the interview, the first time they ask it, I'm hemming and hawing, and we finally get off the discussion, and I'm sweating bullets, and I'm like, oh, thank God we're off the discussion. And like, it somehow comes back to it. I'm like, crap.
Quinn brings it back.
Yeah.
Because you had Walt in your corner through about 3/4 of the show.
I think if I remember correctly, on Making Hay 2, Walt said, like, I think get him and I could be together. That's like
romantically?
That was like the tagline from the opening of the show. In the beginning of the show, that was like the tagline. When they played like a couple of choice sound bits.
Yeah. Get him and I could really be together.
But yeah, and like I think I said, well, it's like we're like kindred spirits because he understands why I like the flea market so much.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, that's where he chooses to go on his birthday.
Yeah, I've seen him there.
Yeah, pizza and flea market.
Now that I know, now that I know, look for him. But honestly, you can. The flea market's small, but you can walk around and not see the same person. You cannot see somebody if you're walking around just because you're like doing like the exact opposite orbit.
Right, sure.
So, yeah, you never run into each other. But yeah, so like and they're pressed me for, and like I said, I felt like I was on Pawn Stars with Rick. I don't know. And the beautiful Suzanne. Oh God, is she beautiful? The beautiful, but no, I won't watch her in the bathroom. The beautiful Suzanne is next to me, and I'm like looking at her like, help me, Susan. You're the only one.
Yeah.
I don't hope. And like I did, I agreed to 5, and I say it was under duress. It was under duress. I was totally. And then there was the rider, and if the show didn't get picked up, it'd be $250. And Suzanne, she goes, you should have asked for more. And I'm like, I know.
So, but here's the thing.
And Walt later on,
where's that money coming from?
I don't know.
It's gotta be Q and Walt because they're the only ones with gainful employment.
Hey, I'm freelancing just like Johnson is.
Johnson's freelancing hamburgers.
No. Hey, Obama president, nah. I'm like on like 80-something weeks of unemployment, so.
Yeah, but you work though. I mean, let's be fair. You muck stalls. You earn your keep.
Yeah,
sir.
I live on a farm. Yeah, I kind of earn my keep.
Yeah, you earn your keep.
So.
We just had this discussion at work today. And actually, we did take some questions on Gmail from some of our listeners, and we'll get back. This kind of leads into a question later on we'll ask. But if you're earning your keep, it doesn't matter if you're getting paid money. You're still doing well. Like the thing is, if we want to start giving out programs, right? If we want to start giving out government programs, then people should have to work for them. Okay, and the same thing is if you're trading goods for services, which is how the whole capitalistic society started in the first place, was just, hey, I'll do this if you give me this. A lot like prostitution.
Yeah.
But that's fine as long as you're earning what you get. There's nothing wrong with that. That's better than
pretty much work. So you're saying like work fair?
Yeah, I mean as long as you're trading. As long as everyone gets something out of what's going on. That's the difference between that and communism. Communism is everybody gets an equal share no matter how much they work. Right? Mm. But if you say, I will work for this place to live. I will work if you'll make me supper every night. You're earning what you get.
Yeah.
And that's way different than this Occupy Wall Street shit. Which I swore we were never going to talk about again, but I swore we'd never talk about it again on Misinformation.
Oh, fuck.
This is MisInterview.
MisInterview. Yes. And I am a semi-outspoken against these people because they are idiots. It's like...
I love you so much,
Get 'em. Organize a protest. When can we organize a protest? How about right before winter? Because nothing is warmer than New York in the winter.
That's what I was saying.
I'm sure their little tents can withstand the 2 foot of snow that New York will dump on them.
Well, I guess that's where we get to find out who's serious.
And those snowplows aren't going to even... Those snowplows run over kids normally. They're playing in the snow. You think they're really going to notice that some hippie kid is, in his, organically free trading...
His fucking hemp tent?
Hemp tent that's underneath the snow using a snorkel? No. Brrr, boom. Oh, did you feel that? No.
I think we just found our New Jersey correspondent.
There it is. Yeah.
Get him, Steve Dave, our New Jersey correspondent.
And, and people go, like, like this year my holiday card, I figured out the theme for my holiday card is Occupy Christmas, and I'm reenacting the scene with Captain or whatever his name, John Pike, where I'm going to be catnip spraying my cats. And people are like, "Oh my God, how could he do such a thing? He's just spraying them." Watch the video. There is video. There is video out there of him going. He went up to each and every protester saying, "Look, you guys are going to have to move, or else we're going to have to use force. Do you understand?" Yes. Goes to the next guy. When this truck comes through, you need to move, and if you're not moving, we're going to need to use force. Do you understand? Yes. And he went to each and every person. Then he stood there and shook that can like he was going to town.
I'm serious. Like, really, now's a good time to leave. Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't go, "Have you ever watched Dog the Bounty Hunter? This is the stuff he uses."
This is fucking bear mace.
No, they still didn't move, and so he sprayed them. Now, there was two choices. You could either try to physically unwrap people who don't want to be moved,
right?
Or you could pepper spray them.
Well, there's a third choice. You could start putting boots to heads.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
They didn't do that. Like that, they made the most humane choice.
Yeah, because now look what happened recently when a couple days before, when they went to use the batons because the people were interlocking their arms, and they were batoning people, and they were like, "Oh no, this is just like shooting people in the head. Oh no!"
Yeah, you know how
hit them with the baton.
Yeah, right. It's different than shooting people in the head because you're not shooting them in the head.
Yeah,
and this is why America's wrong.
Yeah, this shit ain't Schindler's List, people.
That's 3.
I've watched episodes of Alaskan State Troopers, and my father was an ex-cop, and I know that before they can carry pepper spray, cops have to be sprayed with that stuff. And if you watch Alaskan State Troopers, they have to be sprayed with the stuff and then take down a suspect.
Yeesh.
So they know what it feels like, and it's almost like, well, if you spray them in the face, they're going to want to. Their natural instinct is to want to cover their face,
right?
Which means their hands aren't interlocked anymore, so we can grab them.
Right. Yeah.
Beauty.
Yeah, because your other option is if you kick them in the nuts, their first instinct is to cover their nuts. So then we can. But they pick the more humane choice.
But they're vegans. You touch them a little, their bones break. They're like Mr. Glass and Unbreakable.
Somebody shove them down a flight of stairs.
You know what the name of Mr. Glass's comic book shop was? Limited Edition Comics and Collectibles.
You sure it wasn't the Secret Stash, 35 Main Street?
Hey! We'll have none of that here.
Jersey.
If you want to get comics, you go to Rob at Limited Edition Comics and Collectibles on the Hill in Cedar Falls. Now go ahead.
Well, if you want small fee, you got to go to the Secret Stash, 35 West Broad Street.
We've literally got a dueling promo going on. Ba-da-ling-ding-ding-ding-ding.
And there's another thing. Everyone was like, even when they were like railing against me, I still went to the shop. I still bought stuff there, and it was just like, here I am getting chastised that I'm not a fan or I'm not supporting them, and meanwhile I'm still downloading the podcast. I'm answering questions to people like on my alternate accounts, so that they would know it was me.
Well,
I am a fan.
And let's be fair, you don't make any money from owning TellHimSteveDave.com.
Okay, that has recently changed.
Oh crap!
Because I put videos of my cats on YouTube, and they get a lot of hits because YouTube
fucking cats.
Hey!
So to get an ad sharing account, to get a revenue sharing account, you have to put an ad on your website.
Right.
So I had to put a little text ad. So on average, I'm earning a cent or two a day. But this is like in the past couple weeks. So it's nothing anytime recent.
I hate to interrupt you, but I just realized the shirt that Eric's wearing. It's Batman. It's a Batman shirt.
Okay, yes.
It says Prowl of the Dark Knights, Rogues Gallery. The problem is, apparently they don't have apostrophes on the screen print machine where they made that shirt. Because it would be the Dark Knight 'S, Rogue 'S, Gallery. But they didn't. They didn't put apostrophes in. And I have a problem with misusing the English fucking language like that. Take that shirt off now.
Nobody wants that, buddy. I may have lost weight, but I'm not trim. Dude, I got this shirt on clearance for $3.48.
You know why? It's grammatical clearance.
I don't care. I don't care. The imagery is cool. It's cool.
Wait,
yes, Kim?
was that shirt one of Dana's designs?
No, this one was not one of the famous Dana Lechtenberg's designs, who could not be here tonight because he's celebrating his birthday over the course of 6 weeks.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
Hey. Pony reservations are not refundable.
That's true.
And as old as he is, he may still get a pony keg. Because that man has 80
pony rides.
Oh, pony ride.
Oh, you didn't get what he was saying with that?
Dude.
Yeah,
No, I thought he meant pony kegs.
No.
Because you have to pay a deposit on those too.
You do.
Because you return them and get your money
but
back.
the deposit is refundable when you return them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Duh.
Oh.
Good job.
Sorry.
Fucker.
Apologize.
Yeah.
My fault.
Alcoholic check.
I'd like to do an apology bank now. That I'll probably fuck something up later too. He hasn't gotten to the apology bank episode yet.
No, he's a way off from that one.
He's ways off.
Apology banking.
Yeah, we
there was actually there was a nice shirt on Woot.com yesterday for the Dark Knight. It was the Dark Knight. It was like a chess series. And it was literally the Dark Knight, and it glowed in the dark, like his shadow glows in the dark.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was a cool idea.
I like it.
Yeah. Dana has been
It's still on sale today.
Dana has been ridiculously successful lately. He went out to L.A. We really want to have him on the show to tell this story, but he went out to L.A. and he does a lot of artwork for the Nerdist podcast.
Okay, I've never listened to it, honestly.
Oh, you should. It's a really solid show. But you get
No, he said I know.
Oh no! It looked like Eric was getting ready to say something.
No, nothing.
So he did all of their San Diego Comic-Con promo stuff, and now he's doing all of their Nerdist as they travel around the country. And so he went out and got to sit in on the Talking Dead, see a screening of The Walking Dead, and he finally met Chris Hardwick, and he met Big Kev.
I didn't know he met.
Yeah,
Big
he
Kev.
met Big Kev. It wasn't a big like face to face like glad handing deal, but he did speak to him. But we'll let him tell the story when he comes on the show.
Yeah,
did he speak to him on Skype?
No.
from getting the thing on CooperXL.com. Yeah, has anyone noticed that the ads have bumped up to 7 minutes at least now?
I did.
Instead of the old 5 minutes.
Here's the thing: is they have on Smodcast, but on Tellem, they're back down to 5 again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So luckily,
yeah.
Well, and so, and I'm still one episode behind on Tellem. So I didn't hear the most recent episode that you were on where they came at you again.
Oh, is that the most recent? I
think
guess so.
It was the most recent one you were on, but yeah.
Yeah.
So here's where we're at now. We've got them you agreeing to 500,
yes,
right? Under duress, which I totally acknowledge. Like I heard the whole thing and I agree. It was under duress. You were just like, okay, fine, 500. Oh Christ!
And 250 if they didn't get picked up with AMC,
which they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So now you're back to 500.
Which now that's what really kind of leads into the problem.
Well, you and I have discussed this at length, and we had discussed the fact that you don't like to value things, and I said to you, put a value on it that's important to you, not necessarily monetary, right?
Yeah.
But put something on it that makes you. My thing to you has always been, do something that makes you feel good about what you're offering them.
Yeah.
So now they're offering you 500. And that is that still on the table, or did they finally just say, fuck it, we don't want it?
They've officially said that's the $500 we're not going to give to get them. They said that during when Walt was talking about the puppets. Because what happened was, on the day they got picked up, somebody tweeted to me, you should ask for 1,000. And I just retweeted them and added on, I agree. It was just, I agree. It's just like someone's like, oh, you should have asked for $1 million. I would have said, I agree.
Right. Right.
And that started it because you heard them on the podcast see that tweet. And Q just like, oh, fuck, get him.
Well, I caught a beating on Twitter from Quinn because he's like, fuck you guys are fucking part of the fucking problem. You guys are the ones that asked him to fucking ask for $4,000.
I'm like, no, we didn't.
I'm like, no, that wasn't me, man. And so Big Bri was finally like, no, dude, I'll vouch for you. It wasn't you. It was somebody else.
Yeah.
But
and yeah, they're totally not going to hate the people who showed them boobies a little. So.
Did I show him boobies? I forget.
No, the other podcast that I was on, one of the hosts showed a little cleavage.
Oh, really? A little cleavage?
Yes.
Little
Yes.
boob canyon?
Oh. Which I had the touchpad on me, and I showed it to them like full screen, and they were like, "Ooh!" If you hear the episode I'm on at the end, they did a Christmas show commercial, and they literally dead stopped. Like, "Ooh, is that her?"
That's awesome.
Just a typical boobs. What? Shiny object? Huh?
Wait, who did boobs? What? No, where?
Yeah.
Who did? What happened?
What happened?
It was my fault. I did. You
Titties,
did.
titties, yum, 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 titties, titties, and a girl that's dumb, huh?
I think, easily in the top 5 guests we've ever had get them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we've had a lot of guests.
I jive with some people, I don't jive with others, and I kind of understand that. But yeah, you guys are funny, and that's why I listen to your podcast, and I'm slowly listening to the back catalog.
Yeah,
it's a little tough because it's not on the feed, so I have to individually download each episode and manually import it into my iTunes.
Oh, right, because it only goes 20 episodes back on iTunes. Yeah.
Well, and then you have.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I've never figured out why it does that, but it's probably
you can change that because I know people who have their whole entire catalog all the way back.
Well, Smod, Tellum, they're all you can go all the way back on them. But I don't know.
Especially because Smod, when they started putting in commercials, they retconned all the old episodes and added commercials in.
No shit.
So
you know what that does? That keeps Ken Plume in BMWs. That's what that does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
That's what that does.
Because I notice these things because I download. I keep all my old episodes because I'm a hoarder a little. So I notice when all of a sudden I get duplicates in my feed and one's 3 minutes longer than the previous one. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Is there extra bonus footage? No, wait, it's just ads. Screw that. Cancel.
Yeah, it's just fucking commercials.
Huh?
No, I was just gonna say I don't remember if we've ever done a commercial. Have we? We used to do commercials for other podcasts.
Oh,
we did that for a little while. But yeah. No.
You guys are lucky. You have voice actors. You have voice actory on your side. So
yeah, all $25 a commercial I get. What a bunch of fucking bullshit that is.
$25 a commercial.
Do you have any idea how much work, how much stress goes into a commercial? If you know that easily 400 people will hear your voice that day.
Well, then you get verbally hate fucked by some German guy that wants to rip you out of a fucking deal.
I forgot about that guy.
God, what was that site called?
Bodoggle? Was that Bodoggle?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, the guy who's anti-gay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I turned him into the
LPDA.
Yeah, you turned him into Glad and shit.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Glad.
Fucker.
I've never felt so good about myself. It's look what this fuck does in the entertainment community, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Pshaw. Poo on him.
Don't you know that the homosexual Jews run the entertainment industry?
Yeah, come on.
It's a little bit true.
Why don't you just throw a slur?
Yeah, just
I have nothing but the utmost respect for the Jews because they put the Shini curse on me.
I'm kind of flattered, to be honest with you, that GitEm listens to our show because he actually has contact with real podcasters, and we're the X team.
Yeah, the X team,
and not extreme, but that far down the list.
Yeah,
I mean.
As soon as I got turned on to you guys, I started listening to the back catalog because I wanted to catch up. So nothing hurts me more than when I listen to an entire everyone's.
In
I
joke,
hate
and
listening
you're
to
like,
shows
what is
twice.
That?
No, I hate listening when I listen to. I can't listen to shows twice. So I hear it. I hear their whole entire catalog, and it's just oh, okay, now I got to wait for the new one. It's like when I read The Walking Dead.
Right.
It was sure. I got to the end. I'm like, no, I literally have to wait.
6 months for every volume.
Yeah,
6 months for every volume. It's terrible. Unless you want to buy the...
No. What's terrible is the television show. And I've told the people from AMC that. I said, look, I'm rooting for the zombies. He's like, what do you mean? I go, I'm rooting for the zombies. He's like, I don't understand. I'm like, the people are just stupid. Okay.
It's true.
Constant stupid decisions.
Well, and I've said for a long time that the character development in the books is so fleshed out and so meaty, but then you go into the character development of the show, and it's like, I think Brian Lynch said it best. Every week, heroic zombies try to stop people from having a soap opera.
Yeah,
it's true.
It is true.
I mean, I was just railing against the episode where they were sending their Glenn down a hole, and I'm like. It was just simple engineering. How did you not get a lasso around a big fat thing flailing around? It's not that hard. And then it's the whole, let's put it around with something that's really loose. And I'm like, I knew that spigot was going to fail.
I totally thought they'd put it around Maggie then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's gonna go, and Glenn's gonna go fall down, and oh no. And then they're trying to pull it up. I'm like, that's just not going to work. It's engineering. Just try to pull the thing straight up. No. Oh, it pops in half. Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Well, and then a week later on The Talking Dead, they're talking about how it didn't make any sense because would the water still be contaminated? And that was my first. I looked at Jenny and I go, zombie with open sores in the water?
It's already a moot point about the water.
Why bother getting it out of there? Just let it fucking sit down there and go.
Yeah.
It made nothing. Are you caught up?
Yeah, I think so.
So you saw the mid-season finale, which is the dumbest thing ever.
I was tweeting completely fake spoilers.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I can't believe Shane I can't believe that Shane got turned into a walker and sucked into the barn before Rick could shoot him. And Sophia and Carl had a heart-touching reunion.
Oh, they had a reunion.
Yeah, they did.
And who did I say hooked up? Dale and Carol.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've been having as everybody who listens knows, I've been having a hard time with it. Like, it's a love-hate relationship because they'll go about every third episode. Every third episode, they'll have something really fucking solid happen. And the mid-season finale, which is dumb, they went on hiatus. It happens every
show is doing that this year. They're, like, most of the time they just say, that they're going to break till after the holidays, but every show now is calling it their mid-season finale. Right. And then the bunch of dumb fucks that there are in the world just hear the words season finale, and they're like, what, the show's over already? I thought there's going to be 13 episodes.
That's sort of a Community. Hiatus, you're canceling it? Oh, no!
Yeah.
So Community's not canceled?
No, it's on hiatus.
Are you serious? Everybody freaked out. Everybody were you following that?
It's not gone. Dude, I don't know why everyone has such a fucking hard time with this shit.
Seriously, though, did you not follow that on the internet? Yeah. People were fucking angry.
Well, and that's when they were...
Because it's a good non-Fox show, so it being canceled while it was still being good
doesn't make sense.
Unheard of.
Yeah.
Well, and then they were making fun of it on the Soup. They had one of the girls on from the show, and she did her little bit, and then she was like, and make sure to check us out on, and she said what night they're going to be on, and she said, because we're going to be on Friday, or whatever it was.
right.
Like, clearly was like, you fucks are stupid.
That's awesome. I thought it was canceled. Like, there are people tweeting about it and going nuts.
I had somebody at work telling me the other day, like, we got that deal on all those Sons of Anarchy DVDs.
Right.
She's like, oh, it's too bad this is the last season. There's only like one episode left. And I was like, why do you believe that it's the last season? And she didn't really have a reason to support that.
Because it's a 2-part season finale.
Yes, that was pretty much her only reason. Because it's a 2-parter. And I'm like,
hey, remember that time when you were too dumb to breed? Remember that?
Yeah.
And because that's saying a lot, because dumb people breed.
Oh, a lot.
You should tell them if they have a real problem with it, they need to send peanuts into the studio. And that'll get them to totally uncancel the show.
What show did they do that with?
I have no clue.
They did that. It was, what the fuck show was that? And it worked. I wish it would have been an Angel or Firefly.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Supernatural. It was, what was it? Peanuts. It had something to do with...
Jericho.
Yeah, it was Jericho. Yep.
Thank you, Google.
Yep, Jericho. Yep. And then it lasted one more season.
Yeah, no shit.
That fucking show had so much potential.
No, now this is the thing that kills me, though. So, like you're saying, the girl thought because Sons of Anarchy had a 2-part season finale that the show was done. Chuck, that is actually going to be done this year, is having a 2-hour finale. But how many dumb fucks do you still think that next year are going to be like, where's Chuck? What happened to that show?
I'm going to be a little bit honest. I thought this
Did
was...
a store go out of business?
I thought this was the series finale.
Yeah, like, did people not buy enough? Did they not buy more?
I thought this was the series finale for Sons of Anarchy.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I don't know. Because I believe
You're
everything.
part of the problem.
I believe everything the
Then you
internet tells
believed
me.
Community was gone.
Well, I've watched half an episode of that show, so I don't give a shit.
Do you guys...
I don't even know when shows get canceled. It's like, wait a minute, why? I Google, why isn't the show on anymore?
Yeah, like, what night did they move this to? Oh, that night. Okay. Then not having a night. Do you see... Zach, you'll love this. Did you see that the Dush is going to do a guest spot on The League? Do you watch The League at all?
I've watched parts of it, and this is what I hope. I hope they record that episode here, and I can punch her right in her fucking taint.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
There it is.
But you can't take a picture of it because she definitely won't sign that.
Yes! Thank you for listening.
But will she sign your hand after you ram it up her ass?
Because
it's been near her no-no parts.
I need to find that.
If there's an impression of her taint somewhere on your hand, then she won't sign it.
Well, you know what?
It's like a bas relief, so it's almost like a picture.
The worst part is you know we weren't associated with each other, Get 'em, before when this all happened, but I was afforded the opportunity to see a photo on the internet where that dumb cunt signed literally her own naked ass. I swear to God.
And it's like I understand. I loved Allie Larder for like the longest time. Still do, kind of. And like when I worked as a cashier, I had like her picture on the back of my till. Like my till cover. So I could just like pick up my till and go, "Oh, it's all for you, baby." And it's like if she wouldn't sign that Maxim shoot, why not? You posed for the photos.
You collected a check from it, yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee she didn't take the check home and go, I'm just going to frame this to prove that I was...
This is just for looking at.
This is not for benefiting from.
This is wrong, but the whipped cream bikini from Varsity Blues,
I can't,
that was okay.
I can't cash this check until it's been airbrushed and photoshopped.
Okay, so here's the deal. All right, what we keep getting away from it, and we got to get it. We're like 55 minutes in, and we haven't even like just bit off a big hunk of it and been like, look, fuckers, here's the deal. All right, so Get 'em he's got the domain name. The guys have leaned on him. They offer him $500, right?
Yeah.
He agrees to $500, but then when it happens, what happened to make the deal not go through? It's just they just didn't pay you, right?
No. There was no. I would say, like I said, the deal was based on whether they got approved for AMC or not. So I wasn't expecting really to hear anything until that got approved. And like I said, that day someone tweeted, "You should ask for $1,000," and I said, "I agree." That's all I said was I agree. And that, like I said, it set Q off and Brian off, and it just went downhill from there. Because the thing you got to remember is the show is recorded a week before they air.
Right.
Excuse me. So, they, I just said I agree, and I didn't know that they were mad at me. And right after that, they had an Overkill show where they had a call-in show, and I called in because they just said we're having a call-in show, and I got on, and Q was pissed at me. Like, I don't want to be on the air if this guy's on the. I don't want to be on the show if this guy's on the show. And I'm like, dude, okay, fine. I'm gonna if it means Q will be on the show, I'm gonna hang up the phone.
So they cut all that out then. Right?
No, that was in the show.
Oh fuck, I must have missed that one.
Huh. It's in the Overkill show, in the I guess it would be episode 10 or 11 when they did the call-in show. And I'm like, dude, if you're not gonna be on the show, I'm gonna hang up. So, and I did, because like I said, I didn't know what was going on. And now, again, everyone's like, oh, fuck your dead dog. This was the day I had to put my dog down. I was going to go to the stash this was Labor Day. I was going to go to the stash today for the eating contest. Right. And I was going to, talk to them because I'd heard the original episode and not the Overkill episode yet. And like I said, my dog got sick. We had to put him down. I had to bring him home and bury him. And, so dig a hole and bury him. And I'm listening to the podcast while I'm doing it. So I was and Twitter just put me in a bad mood. And it jaded me. And I'm just like, well, fine. If they don't want to fucking sell the site, then fine. I'm not going to fucking sell it. And it is, and it just kind of grew from there. Because then it became a whole. Well, now it's the principle of the thing. And the hell with them. I'm gonna bankrupt them and bankrupt their brother's tractor dealership. So I was just, like I said, but I still was a fan of the show. I still, supported him and everything. It just was like, okay, and I just started getting, instead of getting like really angry with the people who were responding to me, I just kind of rolled with the punches and just started having jokes with them.
Right.
So, yeah. And, like I said, I was still going to the stash. I was selling Walt photos. And like I said, when I bought a photo, I bought photos for $5. Guy at the flea market said I'll pay $25 for them. Because, old, gory, creepy photos sell for a lot of money. And these were almost 100 years old. And the guy's like, I'll buy them off you for $25. I'm like, look, I promised them to some guy, and I'm going to sell them to him. And so I went and I was like, Walt, I said, these are $5. He goes, I got to give you 10. I'm like, no, they were $5. That's what I paid for them. It's like, I got to give you 10. And I'm like having a problem with that. It's just like, no, I said, it's like, that's what I paid. This was like a couple months ago though. So
right, because you bought them for him. You didn't buy them to make money.
Yeah, I bought them for him,
right.
And like I said, if I wanted them to make money, I would have sold them to the guy for $25.
Right.
Because he's like, I'm going to sell them for $50. So I'm like, oh, okay, I don't care. I promised him to this guy first, and I promised him to a girl I know out in California if Walt didn't want him. So I sent her scans of them just in case, because she's cute and she's a lawyer. And boom, woo. So like I said, I was still going to the stash, and Walt was a little frigid to me, and I'm just like, I was like, at those points in time, I was like trying to talk to Mike and them. I'm just like, look, I'm not really angry at them. I do wish it would just blow over. Because I wouldn't say I'm running on their coattails. I like attention. I'm not gonna lie that I don't like attention. That's why I do drunk. I like attention. I like entertaining people.
You're talking to two guys who do a podcast out of their basement. We understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're talking to a guy who gets drunk on camera on the internet and reads horrible fan fiction stories about RoboCop screwing Batman.
or J-Love getting a horse cock and an elephant cock.
No. No, what happened was that RoboCop saw Batman's true identity, and the only way to eject his memory core was to take Batman's masculinity. And since his penis is only liberated on the weekends and it was a Monday, he had to use a bat grenade to take Batman's masculinity. But he couldn't go too fast, or else the bat grenade would go off. It's a great story, and I have a voice modulator I picked up at Target, and it was through my Batman voice. So it was,
Give it to me, Frank Weller.
Hold on.
Justice.
Batman, I must take your masculinity. But yeah, so like I said, I just like it's the webcams. It's just I like to reach out and touch people. Not in that way.
Yeah, right.
Well, and so you bring Walt these gifts. And you just break an even. Hey, Walt, I'll sell them to you for $5.
Yeah, and I made an on the air sign for the guys because Key was complaining that he didn't know when things were on the air, and so I made him an on the air sign from I bought a thing at the store. I bought a sign at the flea market for $1 or $2, and then I cut out some vinyl letters and made an on the air sign. I put it up online. Before this whole thing went down, I found I found Q a firefighter's ashtray, and he mentions it on the podcast.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
and it's just it was
all. Is that the one with the flames licking the ass of the firefighter?
Yep.
Yeah.
I posted that online too. It's on it's on my Twitter feed, and it's just I had no problem with the guys, and I gave Ming some microphone holders that I found at the flea market because they could always use them. I figured like I said, I didn't really consider that, I was just trying to do my mea culpas and go, guys, I'm, no hard feelings. So.
And honestly, I think that anybody with any fucking reasonable logic at all understands that you're not trying to fleece these guys for money.
No, you know what? I was like, honestly, maybe 1,000. Like I said, I was on a show and they looked it up online and the thing came back 4,000, and I totally said, no, that's way too much. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Now maybe 1,000. I kind of agreed that 1,000 probably was a good price, especially since supposedly Ming should have gotten fired for the amount of money that it cost to buy Smodcast.com.
Huh. How much did that? Did they ever reveal?
Brian said it was 5,000, but when Ming wrote it out, it sounded a lot more than 5,000. I don't think Walt would say that Ming would lose his job over $5,000.
Yeah, but Walt wants to fire Ming for breathing wrong.
Yeah, that's true. and I remember that Walt said that you should always offer half of what you're willing to pay first. Right. When you're haggling or something like that. And that's why I said, maybe $1,000. Like I said, it was after the whole emotional thing. It was just now I kind of want, $1,000 because I can use it. But, I didn't press the matter. And I didn't hold the name hostage. I was waiting for them to make a move. And, people were offering me money online. They're like, I want to buy the domain from you. But, I'm going to gift it to the guys and I'm just going to have my ads on the website. I'm like, that's not really gifting it to the guy.
Yeah.
No. Well, I know what douchebag you're talking about there. And that fucking kid, if I ever meet him in a dark alley, I'm going to turn on a light so he can see me kicking his ass.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that chat transcript. Oh my God, he was just
what a fucking douche.
Setting up. He was just racking up the pins, and you were just doing easy, just right down the center strikes.
Well, he was just being such a douche. You come in, because it was the night of drunk story time, and we were all having a good time in there, and people were bullshitting back and forth, and he just came in and he's like, I'm going to prove to you how much I know of the internet. I'm like, oh, good job.
And let's be fair, what happened was I usually wait for 3 people to show up before I read a story, and it was 2 people, and I was way too drunk, and I have no clue. I don't remember what happened that night or the week before, the 2 weeks before that. I still have a bump over my head from where I hit something. And
wait, the entire 2 weeks or the drunk story time 2 weeks prior?
I still have a bump on my forehead, and it was
right. But you don't remember anything that happened for an entire 2 weeks, or just
no, just those nights.
Okay.
I remember waking up and going. You were like, "Oh my God, you read the story and you were hiccuping." I'm like, "I was."
Oh yeah, you were.
I don't remember this.
Well, after you left, people were worried. They're like, does anybody have his phone number? Should we call him? Should we try to wake him up? Somebody scream into the mic.
Roll him on the side.
It's 908-912-GESD.
That's
how vain I am. I got my own Google Voice number with. I searched all around, every area code around me to find something that had GESD in it.
You're my hero.
Oh, I try.
True story.
Well, you guys are my heroes.
That's not true. That's not true. No.
So, but and like I said, eventually, and then they had me on again, and they were like, and they're like, oh, for the lighter thing, and it just, it's just I really don't want to rehash this. And of course, the fans started up again. You should give it to him because he's a fan. No, I shouldn't. Why shouldn't I make a little?
Well, and it's not like you picked up the domain after they started the show. You've had the domain for how many years now?
Okay, I've had. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Was I in Firefox or Chrome? I don't know what browser I'm in.
Because honestly, here's the thing: is that you own this domain for a long time, and you picked it up. Opportunity presented itself. You're like, hey, I'll go ahead and pick this up. I like this movie, right? And I'm going to buy this domain name for $1.50.
I'll tell you exactly. No, I'll tell you exactly what happened. It was a Black Friday deal. Or a Thanksgiving deal, and I was like, you know what, I want GitEmSteveDave. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I had GitEmSteveDave, I think. And I was like, you know what, they were offering discount domains. I'm like, you know what, people might misspell, because I spelled get with an I.
Right.
Because when I first went online, GitEm with an E was taken, so I went with GitEm with an I. And I was like, well, okay, let me go get, in case people misspell it. And I got that. And I'm like, well, maybe people will see my name and think I was referring to a line in the movie. So let me get TellHimSteveDave.com. So I registered it on November 25th, 2008. According to Wikipedia, the source of all information, the debut of the Tell 'em Steve Dave podcast was February 21st, 2010.
Oh, easily.
And in that first episode, they were debating what the name of the show would be, and they didn't want it to be Tell 'em Steve Dave.
No, because it was originally Joint Counterjoint.
Yep.
Joint Counterpoint. Yeah, because originally Brian was going to get high, and Walt was going to be sober, and then they're gonna
5.
What?
5. He said that's 5.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! I'm only on 4.
I'm bigger.
Taller. So they
were going to be joint counterjoint.
Yeah, and they were going to bring up some kind of issue, which would have never worked because Walt would have been like, hot button, and then they would have talked about it.
Al Qaeda, they're going to bomb the stash. Oh yeah, what I want to give to just get a little turban on and some road flares. I was reenacting the scene from the Black Sheep. Yeah. Or that other movie he was in. Oh, Chris Farley.
So to answer the critics, basically what it comes down to is that you just can't come up with what makes you comfortable, right?
No, I am comfortable with it now, but they called off the deal first. They publicly went on the air and said, "Fuck Get 'em Steve Dave." And there's the sock puppet when they were talking about making up the puppets, and they say, we're going to use the $500 we're not going to give to Get 'em Steve Dave. And, that, honestly, in my opinion, just taking 2 years of law in college and high school, that's kind of canceling a deal. I made no, and like I said, I posted pictures of my email folder showing that they made no contact with me, which is, like I said, I was expecting a little bit of a cool-down period, waiting for the show to go to air, waiting for the AMC decision to come through, but they pretty much canceled it that day with me.
Well,
there wasn't
in all honesty,
there wasn't any way for me to reach out to him either. So.
And Quinn has been very vocal in the fact that he likes you as a person,
he's trying to like me.
Well, and that he has.
I do make it tough, and it's my personality. I do make it tough, and it's tough to get around. Like people go, You have webcams in your house that broadcast 24 hours a day, and we can see what you do and your Twitter and everything else like that. You're creepy. How am I creepy? I'm open. It's the person who drives around in the windowless van with the blacked out windows and everything, who maybe opens his door to peek his head out. That's the guy who's creepy. The guy who has cameras in his house isn't the creepy one. He's it's well, he's obviously not killing anyone if he's sitting on his couch for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Maybe the victim's underneath the couch and he's Dutch ovening him. Yeah. If you follow me on Twitter, Foursquare, and I don't know, whatever, Clout, Google Plus, Gizmodo, Consumerist, everywhere else that I'm on, where I am pretty much 24 hours a day.
And if you want to follow him on Twitter, it's GetEmSteveDave.
GetEmSteveDave. What's your email address? GetEmSteveDave@gmail.com.
Right.
What's your AIM name? GetEmSteveDave. What's your Facebook? Facebook.com/GetEmSteveDave. And I've always said, I mail out Christmas cards to people. If you're a random person on the internet and you ask me for a Christmas card, one of my holiday cards, I will send it to you. I whip out my little typewriter, I have a Smith Corona, and I bang out your address, and I mail you a Christmas card.
Whoa, what happened? Oh, wait. Hello? Get him, you back?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, so
I'm back on my time phone.
Wait. So you disconnected so that you could go buy sellemstevedave.com, you son of a bitch.
Yes, I just buy sellemstevedave.com.
You better give us a cut.
Using a Buddha Time special.
We'll work something out. Because emotionally, it means a lot to me. Damn it.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go to my account. Let me see what domains I own right now. On just this.
He probably owns misinformation.com. He probably owns Zach has a hairy back.com.
I do own.
But is Zach spelled correctly?
Walt went and goes, donate by MikeandMing.com. I own MikeandMing.com, MingandMike.com,
You're not helping.
Eggs.com.
You're not helping your cause.
SellCDave.com. Yeah, but you know what? You go to MikeandMing.com, it redirects to their Smodcast page.
Oh, does it? Good.
Yeah.
Well played. And here's the thing. Here's the problem that I have with people. And I'm going to bring up some of these comments now because I want you to respond to them because I think some of them are bullshit. All right. First of all, I'd like to point out that GitEm wished Eric a happy birthday.
Yes, I did.
On his birthday.
Sweet.
Yeah, so there's that.
Why didn't you tell me at the time, Zach?
I forgot.
I wasn't on Twitter then.
I forgot. But it was as a testament to his humanity, he wished you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're gonna move. Actually, the first guy that we're gonna talk about here, it ends well. But let's begin it with it's El Guapo Torres. You remember him?
Probably.
He says, listening to TESD, I've never heard of a worse person than GitEmSteveDave. What an absolute tool. It's their name. He is a scumbag, period. Now, El Guapo Torres was the guy who, he said you never heard of a worse person. Your response to him was even Sandusky and Joe Paterno?
Dang.
Yeah, and I think you said we're about even.
Yeah, well, no, he said, yes, he's worse. And then that's when the anti-bully stepped in, sir. That's when I said, you know what, asshole? Listen, you cross the line, you're late to the party, you're coming in, you're punching a bag that's already done. Here's the deal. You fucked up and you look stupid. He apologized, did he not?
I think he did, yes.
Yes, he did.
He's like, oh, yeah, I guess when compared to those guys, he's not that bad.
Right. So on the internet, even a backhanded apology is an apology, right?
Yes, I'm not as bad as child rapist. Yay!
Right. So you really don't need to respond to that one because
it kind of hashed itself out.
The Misinformation Nation took care of you there, right? Yeah.
All
right. We are an army of one.
When I was incapacitated in drunk story time.
I don't take shit, sir. If there's anything you probably learned by now, I take shit from no man.
Hey, yeah, does anyone want to go buy GitEmSteveDave real quick?
and now, you weren't the only one either. There was a couple of my other, people who I've met in real life as well who were like, trying to give me the assist because I wasn't around.
They were
people
very
who've known me for years.
They were very politically correct, though. Like,
we don't worry about that.
Like Jersey Devil and whoever the other one was. Yep. They were very like, well, let's give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he doesn't mean what he's saying. I'm like, fuck this guy. I will fucking eat this guy's eyeballs. I swear to God, I will fucking rip his throat out. Me and fucking GitEm are boys.
You have to remember, we're all star commenters on Gizmodo and sites like that. So, like, we see all the unapproved comments, and we're used to dealing with the trolls of the trolls of the trolls.
Right.
So it's like, and it's like we can approve commenters for the site. So it's always like, well, let's give everybody the benefit of the doubt first, because maybe they were just being like, having a bad day. So, but yeah, once you start proving that you're being an idiot, it's just let's go to town.
Well, if there's anything you understand, sir, it's building a brand, and we've built this brand on fucking people up on spent
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I will internet fight a motherfucker.
I admit, that was one of my great lines. I spent time building up the GitEmSteveDave brand, and it's true, GitEmSteveDave is a brand, and it's just like I've been GitEmSteveDave for years, so it's nothing like it's just happened.
Well, in all honesty, you were GitEmSteveDave before they were TellEmSteveDave.
Yeah, before they were officially TellEmSteveDave. Yeah, I was GitEmSteveDave in I want to say 2000. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I just don't see how they can get upset with other people using that fucking name. And do you remember file sharing Kazaa?
Yeah,
way back in my fucking name on Kazaa was Steve Dave. What was that, like 1997?
I used Kazaa until
I want to yell at that guy because I want to be Steve Dave on Kazaa. That's bullshit.
I used Kazaa until the record companies found out about it.
Yeah,
and started leaking all the bad
everyone
links.
did, but yeah. But
and I said Q named his podcast Space Monkeys, which was, and he admitted, a direct and literal line from Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club.
Yeah.
But that was perfectly okay for him to purchase SpaceMonkeysPod.com.
All right. Well, because Chuck Palahniuk didn't want it. He wasn't going to them and saying, "Hey, what do you give me for I'm just playing devil's advocate here, GitEm, so don't freak out."
Well, how do you know that in 2 years he's not going to want it for something?
Well, he
exactly,
might.
and then that's his fault because he missed the fucking ship.
Yeah, he missed the boat. The boat's out.
No, they should give it to him because they're fans of his.
But would Quinn do that? Would he just give it to him?
I don't know.
If he would, it would probably only
guy.
be because of all of this that's going on now. Like, I better do what everyone's saying this guy should have done.
Quinn seems like a stand-up guy to
Right.
me. I mean, I don't. And actually, let's jump around a little bit. We'll answer a listener question real quick. Because this kind of talks to it. Pugzo wrote in, and he asked. He's one of our long-time listeners.
Oh yeah, way back.
And so he wrote in and he asked, "What are the boys like off mic?"
Pretty much like I watched them filming a section of the new show at the store at the flea market, and they are like that off camera too. It's maybe it's toned up a little when they're on camera, but it's pretty much who they are.
But as far as being on mic, though, like the way they are on Tell 'em,
it's exactly like it is. It's just maybe amped up just a little. A little louder. Like when Walt screams out, "Tell him, stay, Dave!"
Right.
He doesn't normally do that. He's not usually a screaming guy. He's very quiet. But so I think they kind of like pick up the gain a little.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's exactly who they are. And I will say the first time during Making Hate 2, Quinn was a little abrasive when he was at the flea market. Like he was just, I don't know what it was. He was just like, hey, buy my shit. Hey, buy my shit. Come on, buy my shit. And it was just, I was like, ooh, come on, Q, I like you, but you're giving me the DTs here. I mean, the DCs, the little douche chills.
Right.
I hate to say that about the guy, but it was just like,
Have you seen Stacey Patella? Have you seen Stacey Patella in person?
I told you, I was sitting right next to her when we were arguing over the price
I thought that was Susie.
No, it was Stacey Patella.
Is she gorgeous?
Oh, like I said, except for I would not watch her in the bathroom, but God, would I watch her on camera.
She's a pretty. I've only seen the back. Pardon the jokes that will come from this, but I've only seen the back of her head because Q posted that one picture of her at the concert, at
the Maroon 5 concert.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she was the one who was like kind of going, go for a little higher. Yeah, she was, the beautiful. And other people who hate on her because she doesn't say anything. Why are you trying to bash Stacey Patella to Bry, Walt, or Q? It's not like they're going to go.
Right.
Let's hate the girl. No, yeah.
How big are her boobs?
I don't even remember that. I mean, it was that much of a blur that I really don't remember what she looks like.
But she's beautiful.
Very attractive.
Yeah.
Yes, she was very attractive. And because at the time I said, yes, she's very attractive. But no, I wouldn't watch her in the bathroom.
Well, I wouldn't watch anybody in the bathroom. I love my wife, and I think my wife is the most beautiful woman I've ever dated. But I would not watch her poop.
I had a girlfriend once who tried to leave the bathroom door open once, and I was just like, goodbye. And the George Costanza, I turned around and just walked away. I'm like, the bathroom is when I close the door. I pull out my magazine.
That's my private time.
I read until my legs go numb.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, I think get him as my long lost brother.
I think we all get the numb legs in the bathroom. Yeah.
I tell you, get him if I ever go to New Jersey. You and me we're gonna go have a beer.
Woohoo!
And at this point, okay, do you feel comfortable getting him? I know you're building a brand, but do you feel comfortable telling us your real first name?
I said it on the show. It's John.
John. Okay, that's what I told Eric. I said it's either John or Jack. It's one of the two, which is one and the same.
No, Jack is my evil personality. So.
Oh, that's fair enough. Well, would you have a problem because we spend a lot of time interacting online if I call you John from now on?
No, not really. It's just, but I'm used to, like I said, on Gizmodo, I won a contest with them to learn how to kite surf, and they just called me Steve Dave, and it's just,
right.
Whenever I've been in a situation where like I was in a summer camp and there was 3 people in the cabin named John,
right?
And I'm like, hey, whatever you guys want to call me, just can we call you Jim? I'm like, call me Jim, and I respond to Jim.
Right.
Pretty much, if you just say anything that I know that I'm going to respond to, like if at the flea market people go, hey, Zippo guy, I turn around.
Right.
I'm getting name tapes made up when I go to the market, I wear BDUs, military fatigues,
because of the extra pockets.
No, they're $2 for a pair. They're $2 for a pair of pants that will last you 10, 15 years, and you can't beat them. So that's what so I'm getting name tapes made up for my shirts that say "Get 'em."
Nice.
Right on.
I think you should have some also just the ones that you buy at like Party Outlet that say "Hello, my name is Steve Dave."
Yeah.
I have a iPad. I have an iPod Touch app that says that, but so.
I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to become friends with you.
Oh, I'm glad you guys took the opportunity to feed my ego just a little bit and have me on the show. Because, like I said, I love feeding my ego. Loves to be fed. It's a voracious beast. That it's like I said. I think somebody said I would rather be, was it rich and famous and famous, poor and famous, or rather than rich and obscure.
Yeah.
And it's kind of actually I'd rather be rich and famous. So I don't want to be rich. I want to be able to live comfortably. I would love to just not have to work for the rest of my life.
Right. Well, and
I would like to have that. I would love to have that "fuck you" amount. Like, hey,
yeah.
fuck you.
Like, I drive a $100,000 car, and by car I mean motorhome. Fuck you, bitches. I'm Dale.
The hose ain't broken. I just don't want to fix it so we can find the girl. When you guys were doing the whole, what you were doing with the Powerball, I'm like, yeah, I have my plan already. First things first. Number one, you don't have to declare yourself for a year. Use that to your advantage. 2, make certified copies of your lottery ticket and deposit them in at least 4 different banks in safety deposit boxes. Under and get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Settle all your debts.
Fuck yeah.
I'm adopted, so I'm going to find out who all my relatives are and see if they have any problems that I should know about.
My dad's adopted.
And,
My dad's adopted.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave Thomas was adopted, so that's why I like Wendy's.
They don't cut corners. Their burgers are square.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. God, their French fries, they have skins. They're really good. But, and sea salt, dagnabbit. But, it's like, and I want to settle up all your debts so you don't have people who come knocking on your door, finding out that, you owe them money all of a sudden or whatever, and then just put it into an interest-bearing account, live off the interest. It's that easy.
And I might buy a jet.
Really? A jet?
Yeah. I really want a jet.
I would build a house.
Steve Jobs' jets is going cheap right now.
Yeah, his pilot needs a job. So. I would build a house and surround it by a moat filled with pelicans.
Because you don't want me to come over?
Yeah, that's my security protocol.
You're a dick.
Nah, it's fine.
Your dog won't let me come over. And by dog, I mean your hamster that
pelicans
barks.
And sharks.
Oh,
sharks that can fly.
Oh.
I recently asked on Twitter. I was like, what was the ultimate permanent zombie defense system that you would set up around wherever you were hiding?
Treadmills.
That would. Treadmills? No, but they would tend to gather up and eventually push themselves forward.
Oh, fair enough.
I was I'm looking for a solution that would clear itself out for the zombies. I just got a never-ending pit.
Yeah.
But,
a sarlacc.
Maybe build your house over someone who just takes it up to bud all the time.
I know that girl.
So do I. In fact, that's the only place she takes it.
That's not true.
Well, yeah. It's the preferred place, though, that's for sure. I think time travel is possible through that black hole.
Oh my God, is that Cisco?
Black hole, wormhole, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
It hurts to get my references. DS9 was a damn series. Oh,
it was, but
as much as I hate the ex for knocking out my front teeth, I will admit that she learned to like the Next Generation and was learning to love DS9 before she broke up with me and left me for a blind guy. So
well, and points to you for the fact that you lost 70 pounds and she gained it.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, I love the pictures of that. She's in Florida with a blind guy on like a wharf, and she just like looks like
got stung by bees.
Someone should be running over there with a hose.
Like, get off him, you manatee!
Skin wet. You gotta keep her skin wet. I'm sorry. It's just something about losing your girlfriend to a blind guy. It's just, That's my irrational hatred for cane swingers.
Maybe she just knew she really wanted to let herself go, so she had to go with somebody that could deal with it.
Well, it's a lot easier for him to find her because she's that much further out now. So.
Yeah. Well, and if he ever falls when he's around her, she'll break the fall. It's like spring assisted girlfriend.
Well, the dog knows how to find her because underneath all the flaps, there's an extra stink.
Yeah,
the dog to sniff out.
Oh, okay. Do we have any more questions before I?
Yeah, no, we've got more Twitter, or we can go to questions. It's up to you.
Either or.
All right. We got another Twitter from More Kirby. Says, at GetEmSteveDave, I just wish you gave a value for what you wanted. It seems you keep trying to avoid it. I get trying to break even, at least on it. And I wanted to throw that one in there because that was a positive comment, I thought.
Yeah, they weren't really going at him.
No, they weren't trying to beat you up. They were just saying, hey, I just wish that you would have stood up for yourself a little bit. The next one, on the other hand, not so much.
Okay.
Which, this one's kind of funny because don't respond right away because I want to. It says...
Well, Gas Gamey, okay.
Wait, no, you actually responded, I think, already, but it said, just listened, right after Q said lay off, get him. Fuck that, I still want to knock his teeth out. Get him's response was, too late.
Too late.
Because his teeth are already knocked out. Now, let me clarify, were they knocked out by a pull toy or a pool toy?
A pool toy. They're little plastic pool eggs. You throw them, they have a little bit of weight in them, and they float on the surface and start filling up with water, and then they sink. Okay. And you're supposed to dive in after them, crack them open. They have like a number and a color inside. And we were kind of throwing them in the pool, like 3 feet ahead of people, so that they would splash them.
Right.
Like when you cannonball in front of someone, not on their head. And I was underwater, and I came up, and I just felt something hit my face. And just like, okay, I broke my leg once.
Right.
And like I was walking up 2 stairs, my leg slipped out from underneath me, landed under me, and I landed on top of it, and I heard the snap.
Oh.
And your mind kind of like goes, no, you didn't. And you just feel your leg and you go, oh, yeah, I did. I was kicking on the wall with my good leg, and my mother comes out. She goes, "What happened?" I said, "I think I broke my leg." And her response was, "Are you okay?"
No, I just broke.
I think I broke my leg. The ambulance was called and fun was had. But so, like, it's like, okay, I've taken first aid and I've taken lifeguarding. I know that the worst thing you can do when you have shock is confirm what possibly has happened to you. So I just put my hand over my mouth and like I went stoic, like literally like no emotions. And people were like, "John, are you okay?" And I moved my hand over my mouth, and it was just like the Kittner boy spilled out onto the dock, and I'm like, "Okay."
Jaws.
I'm like, okay. And they're like, "Carrie, you really need to get out of the pool. Why?" And she's like laughing. Why? And she looks at me
because you look like a whale in there, you fat bitch. Wait, no, that was
she wasn't. No, she was. Oh God. She was like 18 and playing tennis, and like she would like wear her little tennis skirt, and I was heavy at the time, so it was just like, "Fat guy scores." And so like she looks at me and like the color drains from her face, and I'm like, oh, why are people reacting like this? So I get out of the pool, I go in the house, and like people are like looking at me, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I open my mouth, and it's just like, and I'm like, crap. So like I'm changing my clothes, And then her friend, who's a lifeguard, went to the bottom of the pool and found my teeth. So then it's the eternal debate of what.
She found both of them?
One was broken. Awesome. One was broken up all the way to the gum. The other one was halfway. Her friend was an actual lifeguard, so he was really good underwater. And it was an above-ground pool, so like, I guess, like, you know, just went along and, like, you know, people were like, I just picture, like, people going along with their feet going, I think I found it. Nope, it's a pebble. And then begins the eternal debate of, what do you do with a tooth when it's knocked out? Do you put it in milk or do you put it in water? The actual answer is you put it in spit, because saliva is the correct pH and everything else. So you try to, like, fill up your cup with spit and then put the teeth in there.
Hopefully your own spit, though.
Everyone spit in this cup, quick!
I saw a movie about that once.
No. The actual spitting in the cup, because I couldn't, like, I wasn't, like, drinking water or anything. And, like, I remember I was changing in a bathroom and looking in a mirror and just going, nope, don't open your mouth. Nope, don't open your mouth. And I didn't. And, like,
I dated a girl that told the same thing.
And it was like, you're remarkably calm. And I'm just like, I haven't looked in a fucking mirror yet. That's why I'm calm. Like, we get to the ER and we're waiting for like 2 hours or like an hour and a half, and I can't sit down long. You know, I'm like nervous energy, so I'm standing up near the entrance, and the nurse goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "What's wrong?" And I open my mouth, and she goes, "What's your name?" So I tell her my name, and within 10 minutes, I'm inside. Then a drunk guy punches out a nurse. So every other nurse went to go help that one, of course. So I'm like left there all alone. You know, like it was like a 7-hour ordeal for them to tell me, yeah, we can't do anything. You got to go see a dentist. So, but to her credit, she stayed with me the whole time.
So you're still without the teeth?
Yes, I have a flipper.
No bridge.
If you watch Alphas and Tierras, you know what the flipper is. No, because to bridge it, they would have to grind down 2 to 4 on each side, really good teeth, or 2 to 4 total, really good teeth to put in a bridge, and bridges eventually loosen. So hopefully, if I ever get into money, I'm going to get implants because those are permanent. So yeah.
I'm going to get implants.
I'll be like
too.
the guy from The Hangover, and I could take him out for like movie roles. You hear that, Kevin Smith? He got somebody who could take out his front teeth for a movie role.
Yeah, put him in the hockey movie. You can call him Hit him, Steve Dave. Hit him, Steve Dave. Go, hit him, Steve Dave.
Damn. I gotta remind him about that.
Another $7.95.
But I'll try.
Oh yeah.
Scotch.
So yeah, hit him, Steve Dave.
Yeah.
That's best idea ever.
Yeah. Hit him, Steve Dave.
I'm gonna suggest that to Ming.
If you break into porn at all, it could be tit him, Steve Dave. Just hit him with a little tit.
No.
Tit him.
Oh, there was some guy on YouTube who was trying to break into porno with no teeth, and it didn't work out well for him. So.
Well, there's only one kind of porno we can go into with no teeth.
Yeah, granny porn. Ew.
Yeah, gummit.
Yeah,
gummit, Steve Dave.
Oh no, now that's just. Ugh.
No, it's wrong.
That's like the Prune Brothers territory, and that's just wrong.
Right.
All right. Okay. So the next Twitter. Actually, let's run to
some questions.
Let's go to a Gmail question now.
Wait. I think we should thank Brywalk Q for retweeting this. So. Did
they retweet it?
Yes.
Really?
They tweeted it this afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's excellent.
Oh, crap. No pressure, though.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. Situation
Which is why
normal.
I'm thinking there might have to be a 2.5, so...
So we got from... Okay, here's from our friend Harvey motherfucking Locust. You know Harvey, right?
Yeah.
Harvey writes... oh, that's the wrong one.
You idiot.
Well, it was his response to something I said
you
to him.
fuck.
No, here. My question for Get 'em is this. The whole Occupy thing... What do you think is going on there? Thanks, Harvey Locust.
That bastard.
I think they are unorganized idiots. The fact that the Westboro Baptists can get pepper sprayed and have the person who pepper sprayed them arrested shows that they are smarter than the people who are fighting to get their college loans dismissed because they spent too much at college and now they're overqualified for any jobs that are available to them. If the Phelps can outsmart you, you failed.
Well, and
they are the victims.
And here's how I feel about. Well, and here's how I feel about being overqualified. They only know you're overqualified if you put it on your resume. There is no law in this land against leaving shit off your resume. Look, if you're applying for a fucking job at Walmart and you know it's just a fucking cashier job, you don't put on your resume, well, I have a doctorate in paranormal studies.
Yeah.
Dude, aliens. So.
Might come in useful.
Must be aliens.
Anal probe and whatnot. Yeah.
No. You've never seen that guy from was it Ancient Mysteries? With the he's got like the long hair.
Yeah.
He's always like aliens. So I'm not saying aliens, but aliens. It's when I apply for a job at a supermarket, I put the fact that I worked customer service before. I put the fact that I've lifted stuff before. Stuff that's relevant to the job.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Your resume. Anybody in a resume class, because they used to actually have those, because it was a valuable skill. Learn how to write your resume. Oh. They would always say, leave off the things that don't apply to the job you're applying for.
And don't get me started on that. I own a 60-year-old Singer sewing machine that I still use to sew things, and it's the most. I learned how to barely sew in home ec class, and it was it's the bestest thing I've ever learned, because it's like I can fix my jeans are too short. What can I do? Well, I can either keep on stepping on them till they wear away, or I can just fold them up and put a couple stitches in, and they'll stay like that forever. Done.
Right.
Thank you, home ec. You're a clothing MacGyver.
Well, and you've learned a fucking skill, which isn't something they teach around here anymore. I mean, and by around here, I mean in the United Goddamn States of America.
Yeah, now they're teaching texting language to kids. Look at American Beauty. What did he list on his resume? The fact that he worked as a burger cook 30 years ago during the summer.
Right.
And he's like, I doubt burger cooking technology has changed much in 30 years.
Yeah. Excellent.
So I think it's pretty clear how you feel about Occupy, the same way we feel about Occupy.
I feel if they were smart, they would be dangerous. But the fact that, in the middle of January, they're going to occupy Washington, D.C., yeah, that can only turn out well. Because it could turn out, okay, you know what? If Louis Farrakhan and the Million Man March, supposedly the most, oppressed minority in America, can march through the city unmolested, then how can you say that a bunch of white hippies can't?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that is genius.
Yeah,
because you know what? The Million Man March did it correctly.
Right.
And I get sick of these hyperbolic posts of, oh my God, they just did this without warning. No, they sent you certified letters. They went and told you. They gave you individual letters. It's like, shut up. Oh no, we went to Citibank to shut down our accounts, and they locked us in and arrested us. No, they didn't, because you released a video yourself. The protesters released a video of them. They went into Citibank, and they were protesting student loans. And so it's like, okay, you instantly refuted what you said. And what happened? They're like, well, no, what happened was an undercover police officer, he was an agent provocateur, and that became the sudden buzzword all of a sudden.
Whatever.
Agent provocateur, put on your anon masks, agent provocateur. And no, again, the video you posted showed some hippie with a scarf on inciting this violence, inciting this protest, followed by a vegan chick, some other chick, and then some chick who is some really thin vegan chick who was protesting Citibank's environmental policies. That's not closing your account. You know what? You want to close down your account for bank shutdown day? Here's what you do. You go to Bank B. You give them a check from Bank A for your exact amount of your deposit in Bank A. Credit Union B deposits that. You've just transferred your account from Bank A. No, instead, I've got to stand at my bank and hold up a sign saying, I'm set, I'm quitting this bank, I think you should join me. And when the people from the branch tell you, look, you can't protest in the bank, please go outside and protest, you go, no! And they ask you again, and you go, no! And you know what? They lock the door and arrest you. It's just like it was in A Bronx Tale. You don't want to leave? Click. Now you can't leave. I'd never seen this be a drain from the face like it did. All the shrink they had just left. And then the guys come out and just kick the shit out of them.
I love you so much. True story. Eric can't be on the show anymore. My new co-host is GitEmSteveDave. Wait, no, I can't have another guy who agrees with everything I was just
going to say. I thought that was a problem.
That is a problem.
Oh, man.
That's how I feel. They just need. They're supposed to be college educated. Use your intelligence. Use the system to your advantage. Instead of okay, you know what? Someone's like, impeach Bloomberg because some cops did something. Why impeach Bloomberg? Okay, you know what? Yeah, impeach Bloomberg. Impeach whoever the governor is. Impeach the president. You know what? Here's what you need to do. You're the internet. If someone could take a cat and throw it in a dumpster, and you can find out who they are, where they live, what they do for a living, and everything else about them in 4 hours, why can't you build up a DVD dossier of this officer supposedly violating your rights? Send it to the proper civilian review board and follow up on it. No, we want to sign a petition. No, you know what? Shut up.
Indeed.
No, we don't want to do work. We just want to sign a petition. Unless a cat's getting hurt, then we're going to follow up on that shit.
It's true.
I think that about covers it, Harvey.
Yeah.
Any questions? Go ahead and email GitEmSteveDave@gmail.com. He'll be happy to answer you, but I think he's covered it all already. Harvey actually described my views on Occupy Wall Street as skewed. Well, then you're very obviously super skewed.
Yeah.
You know what? I give you credit. I've mentioned the whole deferring the student loan things. It's like you can't ask a bank to forgive a private loan.
No,
you would just bankrupt them. And it is easy to get a deferment. You know.
Oh God, yeah.
I did it for years.
Well, and here's the thing, okay? Nobody held anybody at gunpoint and said, you will take this loan, you will sign on the dotted line, you will agree to our terms. No, it was something that you did in order to get an education.
It's the gadget's honest truth that the best thing that ever happened to me was me getting kicked out of college by the college. And I went to a community college. And you know what? It's like, wait a minute, these are professors who are working for their jobs. They don't have tenure. They have to try.
Right.
And it's cheap, and it's like, this is the same education, really? And these guys are trying, and it's a smaller class. I like it here. And the vending machine outside, I can shake it and get free stuff. I love it here.
Well, and to be honest, like, as a guy with $60,000 in student loans, would I be heartbroken if they forgave all of them? No. But I will also not go to a fucking park and camp and beg and plead and tell everybody the world's not fair and I want to be fair, so forgive my student loans. I won't do that, right? I won't go to a park and camp where I can't go and camp. Right now, if I decided I wanted to go to Overman Park in Cedar Falls and pitch a fucking tent and camp there and roast fucking marshmallows, could I do that? No, I fucking couldn't. You know why? Because I'm not making a political statement. But if you want to go make a fucking political statement, yeah, it's against the law. It's illegal. You can't park there. You can't.
And once you break the law, you violate the First Amendment because you cease to be peacefully assembling. I cannot go down to the local reservoir and fish without a license. Why? I don't catch what I keep. I mean, I don't keep what I catch.
Right.
Why should they be allowed to break the laws about camping when I can't break the laws about fishing?
Well,
I say it's a protest.
And that's the thing.
I'm occupying the largemouth bass. How does it work?
Well, that's the thing is people don't actually understand the Constitution that's supposed to protect them. They don't understand the fact that in order for the Constitution to work, it has to actually apply to what you're doing. You can't just show up and say, "Oh, freedom of speech." No, you're not free to say whatever you want. You're free to say things within reason. You're free to criticize the government. You are free to ask questions. You're not free to turn to someone and say, "You know what? You're a fucking swilling bitch." You know why? Because a wise man once said, "My freedom to punch ends where your nose begins."
That's the quote I wanted to bring from my the chat.
Yep.
Because that was a brilliant quote. And I got into a debate with somebody who actually he blocked me on Facebook. We were debating over the guy who's supposedly going to get 75 years for the YouTube video said 75 years for videotaping police. No, what happened was he audio taped the police, and he went into court, and he was like, "I'm going to audio tape this trial." And the judge was like, "No, you're not. We live in a state where it's a two-party consent, and I don't give you consent."
Right.
He's like, "Well, I'm going to audio tape this." So they confiscated the recorder, and you know what? They found out he recorded police without their consent. So they gave him 5 counts of illegal eavesdropping, which hold a maximum penalty of 15 years, which means that if he was found guilty of all 5 counts, given the maximum penalty, and instead of being issued concurrently, they were issued consecutively, he would face 75 years, which is the same as a rapist or a murderer.
Right, but they never issue sentences consecutively.
If
ever.
a murderer commits 5 murders, do you think he's just going to get 75 years? No! The chances that if he commits 1 murder, he can end up with a needle in his arm. It's the maximum penalty because the law can't foresee what can happen. So it says, in the worst case scenario, this is what you give. Why should we give him a break when that means technically someone can go record can go down to the park, put a little camera on his shoe, and upskirt your mom?
Oh, why?
And that's going to be okay because this guy can't audio tape the cops because it's against the law in his state. The only reason Linda Tripp got away with it when she did it was because Maryland has you have a gimme. If you do it without knowing it, we give you 1 chance, and then after that, okay, we're going to start putting you in jail. That's the rule for wiretapping in Maryland, which is why she got away with audio taping Monica Lewinsky about the whole blue dress and the.
We have another quote from Twitter. Are you ready?
Yay!
Yeah,
yes.
Matt Chance says, at BrywalkQ, I disagree. Have him on the show again. Interjections from Sunday Jeff and Get 'em were great this week.
I think I probably retweeted that because I agree with that.
Yeah, and I mean that's a positive tweet. You can't argue with that.
You know what? I didn't see Sunday Jeff. I don't think I've met Sunday Jeff. So.
Oh, really? So it actually on the show never happened. Well,
no, I think we were like on one after another. So.
Well, it's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah. I'd love to talk to him. He sounds like a great guy. All the guys, everyone there is so nice. Honestly, except for Rob Bruce, who is an insufferable little asshole. God, he goes and buys he goes through people's Lego sets and buys all the minifigs and then leaves the Legos behind.
Huh.
So that, because he can sell the minifigs for a good price.
Well, the little
everyone there is so nice and they're just so down to earth, honestly. And Michael Zapsik is an amazing guy, and so is Ming Chen. So,
Ming, all 140 pounds of him.
Yeah, he's a little guy, but he's just so nice, and he tries so hard. One thing I kind of didn't like about him at first was he tried too hard. Like he always tried to keep the show going on instead of kind of letting it have its lulls, which was a little annoying. But I kind of got used to it, so I think he's kind of toned it down a little. But he's developed. He's a very good podcaster, I believe, in my humble opinion. Well,
I've never listened to his show, but I find him very likable as a person.
Yeah, I found a lab coat, and he said that he wanted to go for as a Dharma.
Yeah,
the Dharma, and I found him a lab coat, and I just took off the patches and I gave it to him, and that's exactly what he went for Halloween as.
I saw the pictures of that. Yeah,
yeah, and that's the lab coat I found. I found for him on the side of the road, literally. So,
all right, here we got it. We've got another good one. Are you ready?
Yay!
This is from Sarah Nerdberger. At BrywalkQ. Thanks for being the bigger man. I don't know, maybe.
Oh.
Thanks for being the bigger man and telling the rabid fans to get off Get'em's balls.
Woohoo! Well, the females can stay on my balls if they want.
The next one is at mentions. Says at BrywalkQ. At I'm G Gomez. I agree. At GetEmSteveDave is the epitome of douche. He's lucky enough to be a guest, but won't sell you a URL. Fuck his cats.
Was that my brother? Does he know my brother?
That might have been your brother.
Fucking cat.
And there's a kitty on my lap right now.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you guys can't see my video chat. Never mind. I'm not gonna lie that I kind of have a semi-secretive deal possibly going on, so I can't really say. And no, it's not the rookie AJ Payne.
Fuck that guy. Fuck his couch.
Yeah, fuck him in his fucking brown eye ass, or whatever the line is from Chainsaw. I'll check back. No, I have a kind of a semi-secretive deal going on, so if that goes through, I think it'll work out for everybody. So.
Did Kev offer you money?
Oh, that's all I gotta say about that.
Did Kev offer you money?
No, Kev's not offering money. I was going to send Kev a letter, but then I remember that he never paid for Smodcast. His lawyer did, because Kev was so upset about it. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Even though I'm a former fat guy, I'm sure he's going to yell at me. So
no, he won't yell at you. He'll just block you. Trust me, I know. I am.
I'm too fat. I'm too fat to buy a domain name. No, you're not.
I am currently blocked by Kevin Smith.
I was blocked by Brightwall Q for the longest time, which is, like I said, I went to alternative accounts, which Walt responded to. So I think he responded to Roof Coffee Cup, which is one of my other attention grabbing.
They blocked you?
Oh yeah, they blocked GitEmSteveDave. Yeah.
Why? What'd you do?
I refused to. I held their domain name hostage.
Oh, they blocked you after that?
Yeah.
And then they unblocked you.
It was a while. Yeah, it was like a 2. Yeah, they kind of I guess to realize that they couldn't send me a message, even though I could see all their messages because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Twitter accounts open in my client right now. So.
What is wrong with you?
No, I have Drunk Story Time, GitEmSteveDave, Roof Coffee Cup, and a couple others.
Do you have multiple Facebook accounts?
No. I just have Steve Davidson.
Because I do have multiple Facebook accounts, and I would like to know how to keep them all open at the same time.
It's like I said, I have invented. Steve Davidson is my nom de internet.
Right.
It's my how I go online. I have business cards for Steve Davidson, everything. And again, when I was at the show, I handed them. When I was on the podcast, I handed them all my business cards, which has all my contact info. And like I said, once you know my name, it's not hard to get in touch with me. I'm either on Twitter, on AIM, and I'm always on AIM. I'm always on Twitter, and yeah.
I was looking to see where Brywall Q retweeted, and I can't find it.
Give me a second. Hold on. It was this afternoon because I was down at the pizza place by me. So scroll down. Give me a second. Hold on. Copy. Link, go over to different tab. You're not signed on, so that doesn't work.
I am. Hold on, I will be. Facebook? Hey, give me a sec.
Yeah.
I'm there, baby. I'm back.
Yay!
Hey, you're not signed on. You're the one who's not signed on, Richard.
No, I'm always
Davidson.
signed on. I'm always signed on to.
It says you're not.
I'm always signed on Twitter.
Oh, Twitter.
Oh
wait, there we go. Hold on, we're checking it. We got a link.
Yeah, it's if you click on Brywall Q, it's the first retweet.
Nice.
Hold on, it's slow.
I say, can you retweet? Can you retweet being interviewed tonight? If fans have any questions they want answered, they can email. I'm sorry, that's my phone.
No, it's my phone. Or is it? No, it's my phone.
No, it's my phone.
No, it's my phone. I'm watching it. I'm watching it ring.
You guys. I'm trying to be the professional one here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be you, the professional one.
No,
I'm the unprofessional one.
GetEmSteveDave says at Brywall Q, can you retweet being interviewed?
Tonight, if fans have any questions they want answered, they can email misinformationpodcast at gmail.com.
Oh yeah, here it is. Retweet. Holy shit! No wonder you thought we were going to get blown up.
Yeah,
and we didn't.
Give it time. I'm sure everyone at GetEmSteveDave is currently at their jobs right now.
Well, I tell you what, if we get more emails, we'll have you back on.
Yay!
Yeah, absolutely. And actually,
if we don't get more emails, we'll have you back on
too. In all actuality, we're gonna wrap up because we're at 2 hours right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
we're gonna have to part two this bitch.
I told you the last show I was on was like 2.5 hours, and they cut it down to just over an hour.
Wow.
We're
not cutting anything.
No, I don't think we have a lot to cut, and we don't cut a whole lot because that's kind of our thing. We just go and whatever
happens, happens.
Yeah, whatever happens, happens, and that's why So I've got still.
Well, the other podcast we were talking about flea market stuff. So yeah, I can understand why they cut that out because who really cares about that stuff except for flea markets?
Well, yeah. If you start talking about, and we've done that before, we started to talk about shit nobody cares about. We've cut a little bit out, but honestly, we don't cut a lot, and we probably should cut more.
Honestly, stuff that you say you should cut, like it's like, no, you know what? I really don't mind listening about it. I forget what it was the other day. I don't know. It's I forget.
All right, the last Twitter thing that I wrote down was from Scar Taco, and he says, "The guy is a real douche for asking $4,000 for a domain." And Q says he didn't ask for $4,000. I bet he'd still take $500. We haven't paid, and that's that. I put that one down just to point out what kind of a stand-up guy Q is.
Yeah, to point out.
He is. He's a firefighter and everything. He is a pretty stand-up guy. I could see he's trying to, like he says, I'm trying to like the guy. It's just so tough. And my personality does make it kind of tough. So
I disagree, sir. Like I think you've been nothing but congenial and likable the whole time we've been talking to you.
Yeah.
I have a binary personality. You either really like me or you really don't like me. Like everything about me turns you off. I just, it's something you get used to after a while. Some people I get along with and it's like, hey, we're the best of friends. And some people are just like, oh my God, get him away from me.
I see no reason to dislike you though, but you're cordial, you're polite, you're friendly. Like you have no, just say that, we say that we disagree about something. Big fucking deal. Eric and I will disagree from time to time.
Yeah, and it's never a big deal.
No, we're still, I think easily we probably spend more time together than we do with any other people other than our wives.
Right.
Yeah. So,
But I have a tendency to beat dead horses. Because I live on a farm, it's really, it's really good practice, but I have a tendency to beat dead I will totally, if you did something to me months ago, I will totally rehash it like it just happened. I always just bring up my teeth getting knocked out all the time.
So say we're gonna put you on the spot right now, without badgering, without the barking in your ears, and we were to say to you, have you made a decision? If the guys were to come to you, or actually the boys, we're the guys.
Yeah.
If the boys were to come to you, the GitEmSteveDave boys were to come to you and say. And that's not derogatory. I'm just saying we're the guys. We've established that as a brand. We're the guys. If they were to come to you and say, look, we're going to put you on the spot. What do you want? Did you figure it out yet?
Like I said, I think I would be cool with 1,000 and maybe some intangible, non-monetary things. When they said would you like to go on a double date? I was like, yes. Because I've been single for a couple years. Because, my last job I worked in, I was in a small office, and I've met most of my girlfriends through work or school.
Right.
So when you work in a small office with older women, it's really married older women. It's really tough to, forge a relationship, unless they have really cute daughters, and then it's that whole. Hey, it's my daughter. I'm like, yeah, she's 18. Free will. It's in the Constitution. They're like, no, sexual predator. And then Pedo Bear gets run into it somehow. So, like I said, I was totally willing to have and I agree. I do agree. I think my Twitter profile picture isn't that bad. I was just at a day. I was in my cube at work, and I was just like, "This is how happy I am." And then save Balloon Boy because we need to save Balloon Boy.
That's not your current picture, is it? Oh, your Twitter one, yeah, but not your Facebook. Your Facebook is
Rebecca Black Friday. Yeah. I love Rebecca Black Friday. I was actually going to sing a consumer-themed Black Friday song sung to Rebecca Black's Friday. And like I literally, one of the sites I comment on, they had someone who wrote professional parodies, like write in a parody, and it was like, oh my god, it's like when you listen to like a morning zoo show, I'm like, this is freaking beautiful. And unfortunately, the guy who was like, sponsoring me for doing it on his site got like let off.
Oh.
So like, it was like, oh. And then of course Rebecca Black did the Friday commercial for Target, which I think she stole my idea. So it's my intellectual property she stole. So
then she registered a website, and you really wanted her dead.
Rebecca Black Friday. Ooh, you know what? Hold on. Rebecca Black Friday. I will totally steal that.
See, at first it was an accident, but now that shit's
now he does this shit with purpose.
I will admit there was you guys are from. Okay, I know you guys have like Italian beef sandwiches. In New Jersey, we have a thing known as Taylor ham. Taylor ham is pork roll. It's not Canadian bacon. It's some mystical, magical concoction made by the Taylor Ham Company. And we have Taylor ham, eggs, and cheese on a hard roll. That's breakfast.
Okay.
And so I registered. So my favorite radio station got turned into a pop station like every other station on the dial. Because there's no other pop station in the area. Yes, there is. So they went from progressive current rock to pop. And as soon as I heard the Jonas Brothers and Miley Cyrus one after another, I was like, never listening to this station again. But they had the most insufferable morning crew known as Pork Roll and Eggs. So I was just like, hey, wait a minute, they haven't registered their name yet, so I became porkrollandeggs.com.
You opportunistic bastard.
That was totally opportunistic. But yeah, normally no. Like I said, GitEmSteveDave.com, I registered 2 years before they did, and when the whole flap went down, I almost bought TellHimSteve-Dave.com, but I was just like, who the hell visits Dash sites anyway?
Right.
And I registered, so.
Mrs. Dash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't, so you're saying now steadfastly $1,000.
I would say yes. If the agreement that I'm kind of reaching with RebeccaBlackFriday.com is already taken. Damn it. If the deal I'm currently in falls through, then I would totally sell it to the guys, along with, like I said, some intangible benefits, not including. I don't want a discount at the stash because I enjoy, going to local merchants because they need the bit.
Now remember, you and I discussed.
They all do.
You and I discussed a different number than the 1,000. We're not gonna say what it was.
I think that lower number was for I would have more of a chance with, and it would benefit the whole entire. I think it would benefit a lot of the View Askew universe because, it involves a lot of fandoms, and I think it's perfect. And I'm literally waiting for the show to stop filming to start talking. Crap. I'm waiting for the show to stop. Crap, I don't want to say that because that kind of gives away who would be.
Well,
okay.
But okay. Well, let me lead you in a different direction that won't give quite as much stuff away. I want to be as obscure as possible. You and I talked about a number, along with some peripherals, right? You remember what that was? Yeah. Okay, worst case scenario, you take that. I negotiate that deal for you. You don't lose in that deal.
No. Like I said, I'm willing to take a little less than the 500, and of course I guarantee, oh Lord, if they changed the name from The Secret Stash to Tell Him Steve Dave as the show name, and it'd be like, oh, I could have had this much, and it'd be something I would bemoan for millions of years. But you know what, I got,
but
it helps them out.
But for you, it's not about the money. I mean, honestly, it would be great to be. It's a lot like my life, right? It would be great to be rich and famous.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could deny that, but that's not your impetus. That's not what you're shooting for here. You just don't want to put the wrong value on it.
Yeah, I don't want to get screwed, and I don't want to die obscure. I own a titanium ring, and the inscription reads, "Let the," and it's quotes and the dash, "speak for itself." And it leads to the fact that on your tombstone, there's the day you were born, the year you were born, and the year you die, and your whole life is encompassed by a dash.
Right.
In between those two numbers. That's what needs to speak for itself. And so, I don't want to die obscure. I want people to go, damn, this bastard had a really interesting life. I live in New Jersey, and people go, New Jersey's boring. No, it's not. I worked around the corner from a road that supplied nuclear weapons to naval ships. And New Jersey's just a really weird place. And, I have a lot of experience in many things because I live in the state. I've done many things. So it only helps, increase your life experience.
Right.
I said it's a lot there. So.
Well, and the thing is, I don't want to see you come out behind, but at the same time, I want you to do what's going to make you happy and what you're going to feel comfortable with, which is why I think that the discussion that we had about what you were willing to take, I think ultimately will make you the happiest. Because
I think it will make everyone happy, and that's which will, like I said, if I could, I don't want to be like a co-host or anything. If I could be an occasional, I would have loved to have done the double or triple date because it would have got me out of the house. I would have millions of, hundreds of TDSD fans in the local area who are like, hey, you know what? He ain't that bad. And I never would have seen him because I don't spend time at the flea market. I would have loved to have gone out on a double or triple date. And you know what? Record it because it doesn't bother me to record things.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm all for the show.
Well, and the title would be awesome. It'd be "Get 'em Got Some."
or got some Steve Dave.
Got some Steve Dave.
Is it registered?
Is it registered?
Hold on. Got some Steve
I bet
Dave.
that's available.
Yeah, that's gotta be
available.
Hold on, we will. Stupid Chrome if you're loading. Come on. Damn you, Chrome.
Honestly, I think
it's available.
Of course, it's all yours, baby.
I'm not registering it. No, I just registered 2 domains or domain today. So,
in all honesty, I think that you're probably the most likable guy that we've had on in a long time.
Yeah,
I mean, next to Big Al.
Thank you what about Papa Lou? I kind of like Papa Lou.
Papa Lou's not going to be on our fucking show.
I know. I love hearing the adventures of Papa Lou.
Oh yeah, those are good.
I saw him the other day.
He showed up at work. Oh my God, he showed up at work and he wanted 2 copies of his DVD and he wanted to be on BET.
I see that motherfucker more than I see my kids. At least once a week when I'm driving home from work, he's just popping along wearing his fucking flat brim cap. The guy's like fucking 60 years old, for Christ's sake. And he's got easily 1/4 that many teeth, maybe 1/16.
Hey. Somebody with little teeth, that's an insult.
No, you're missing 2 teeth. He's missing all but 2 teeth.
It's true.
Oh, okay. It's true. You're like my doppelganger. My doppelganger.
Indeed.
I love you, get him. I want to double check, make sure we didn't miss any email questions to you, and then we're going to go ahead and we got to wrap it up, and I'm going to give you your final thought, your Jerry Springer-esque final thought.
I never watched Jerry Springer. Okay,
you're missing out.
We'll give him your deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
I used to watch night games after the Howard Stern show when he used to be on Channel 9 TV around here. So Howard Stern actually had a TV show around here. So,
Howard Stern.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. I wish I could have a perm.
Yeah. You could perm your back hair.
You're a dick.
Hey.
It's fine.
Everything's fine here. How are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the final question. I want to preface this by saying I'm pretty sure it's a spoof account. And it's somebody fishing for a fight. Okay? And
okay.
You and I talked about this a little bit before we started recording tonight.
Okay.
This is from an account, an email account titled Tawny's Boobs, spelled BEWBS.
Okay.
And it says, please ask him why he is being a creeper and stalking Tawny. At Tawny on Twitter is a soulless ginger hacker that he won't leave alone. She has apparently replaced his obsession with Caroline since she went off to college.
Okay, you know what? I have a friend named Tawny, and that might be her daughter. Because I have a friend named Caroline, and she's a freshman in college, and she's 18, 19. So, and one of my catchphrases kind of is she single?
Right.
Yeah, so like if anybody posts a video, usually of some girl, I go, hey, is she single?
Right.
So, and yeah, like during drunk story time, you guys haven't seen it yet, but I will call Caroline up at college because I have her cell phone number. So, because she stupidly put it online, so I get her on. The speakerphone, and she goes like, "Is this for drunk story time?" I'm like, "Maybe." Bye. Click. Okay.
How old of a cat are you?
I am 33. Yeah, 33.
So you're about 14 minutes older than me.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at the Rolling Rock sign on my wall and going, yeah, that's my age.
Well, and Eric's 14 minutes younger than me. So
oh, okay.
We're all in like the same club.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
Yay.
Monkey in the middle. Monkey in the middle.
Great. The single monkey in the middle, so.
Sometimes it's better.
Yeah, it is all cracked up to date.
So if
thank God I got my fleshlight on discount through Kevin Smith. So
you have a fleshlight?
Yes.
Is it magical?
But, no, it's the STU, the Stamina Training Unit.
Oh yeah. How is that different from the other ones?
It's got special magical bumps inside that make you get off quicker. So the more you use it, the less sensitive you are. I guess I have no clue.
Liar.
What? All I know is it's a bitch. It's a bitch to clean.
That's what I've heard. Like, do you have to just put it in the dishwasher?
Yeah.
I don't have a dishwasher.
Oh, well, you should get you one. You deserve that. Treat yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna wash my fleshlight with my dishes.
No, by itself.
Yeah.
You don't wash it with your dishes.
That's not very environmentally sensitive.
Neither's fucking plastic. You know what's environmentally sensitive? Dumping it in a girl.
Yeah.
Unless it makes a baby. And then, in which case, you're contributing to the problem. Especially if you live in China.
I still remember the first girlfriend I had who I never had sex with who insisted I got her pregnant somehow.
I still remember the first girlfriend that I had that insisted that I dump it in her cum dumpster. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. When they go, oh, I want you to come inside me, and you do, and they're like, I didn't want you to come inside me. What did you fucking say? You can't say the word "come" when I'm that close and not have it happen. Good God, you are a virgin. Only virgins are that stupid.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It hurts. Oh, you know what? I tell you, anybody who didn't love you before is a soulless son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's no way I can keep up with the guys because they are really a cohesive. It's a threesome, and when it's a threesome, it's really tough to work your way in there.
Or to ask for apologies.
Yeah. Because they have a strong cohesive thing going on there, and it's like I said, there's a little bit of hero worship going on because I've known them for so long and I've kind of grown up with them.
Right.
Not saying that you guys aren't as famous, it's just that
Wait. No, we're not.
I talk to you on a more familiar level, so.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I like to think that you came on the show because you trust us and we're friends, as opposed to, oh my God, it's a podcast and I get to be on a podcast, because we have yet to actually experience that ever. Nah.
Yeah.
That's not our thing.
Yeah.
Like our thing is to be approachable. We try to be We had a mixer where we had all our listeners. We invited all of our listeners to come. That was. Have you gotten to that episode yet?
No, that's probably too far back.
Yeah,
I'm like at 144.
Oh yeah, that was way back. That would have been before 100. We had the misinformation mixer down at Smitty's at 709 Jefferson Street in Waterloo.
What was that place that had the really big taco salad? Or was that in...
Oh, that's Pablo's on Main Street in Cedar Falls.
Yeah.
And, of course, there's also that steak place that you definitely want to avoid because it's even worse than the Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah, Bourbon's. Actually, it closed. It was the 504. Yeah, 504. Yeah, it's definitely closed now. Now they have monthly town events there because it's just a big empty building.
I am totally the kind of person where I specifically suck on my water glass when it's getting low to let the waitress or waiter or the server know that I'm low on water because I need water. Hydrate me, damn you! And when they don't, and it's sitting there, and I'm it's sucking on ice cubes. Yeah, you know what? Your tip is the change that's left over.
Eric is famous for his call of
empty. I'll just rattle my ice glass
and yell
empty.
I had a waitress who I used to go with one of my exes. We'd go to this little diner, and the waitress was the uber I've waitressed for 30 some odd years waitress, and she'd be like, I'm going out for a cigarette break. Do you guys need anything before I go out? And you're like, no. And a minute later, she's like, okay, did you guys need anything while I was gone? And you get spoiled, and every other pissed off waiter after that or a waitress after that, you're just fuck you.
I left a penny as a tip once.
Really? That's worse than nothing.
Yeah. I just want you to know that I left you a penny.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I would leave them the change, literally the change on the table. So they would have to sit there and pick up each individual piece of change.
One day I just want to leave with a cum shot. Just a pop
mayonnaise.
shot.
No, okay, you leave it there, and then you call back later and go, it wasn't mayonnaise.
All right. Get them. If you could leave everyone with one impression of you, one thing that sums up how this whole thing boiled down and what you want people to get out of it, what would it be?
Come on, guy, I'm not that bad. I guess is the. I mean, I'm not that. It's tough to say. I mean, I'm not trying to be the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. That's not my role.
Right.
I'm not the bad guy. I'm, the.
It's just a name. You're not out to get him.
Yeah, get him in a sense of, hey, I want to get with you. Hey, get him, Steve Dave, or get her, Steve Dave. Of course. So.
Is that registered?
Yeah, get her, Steve Dave.
No, I'm not going to any more Windows because that doesn't work out well with Chrome.
Yeah, apparently. All right.
But if you could defend yourself in one sentence, what would it be?
You guys don't know all the facts. You weren't there. Until you're in the situation, you can't say what it was like because it's the truth. I defy anybody to sit there amongst those three guys and try to hold their own if they're not wanting you to hold your own.
I could do it.
It's tough.
Here's what I say to defend you. I think that the bad thing that you're up against is three guys trying to be entertaining and trying to make the best show possible. Because if at nothing else, they're selling a product.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that.
Right, no, and neither do I. But that's what painted you in a bad light. And then you have all the fucking rabid fans out there beating you up because you're an easy mark because they don't know you.
Well, well honestly, except for... What's his name? Sarge L-18. Is there really any other villain in the TESD universe?
But is Sarge L really a villain? Or is he just a mope?
Okay, except maybe for Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Is there really any
Mayonnaise
other...
puss.
Yeah, I mean, you got that, was it the Gilinos guy, the really famous guy who they met at the Red State premiere?
Oh, Mark Consuelos?
Yeah, him too. Yeah. It's there was the guys held in high esteem, and there's there's few, if any, foils for the rage of the Tell 'em Steve Dave fans, and I guess that's my role. And like I said, I'm starting to embrace it now. Like when people complain about me, I'm like, hey, wait, before I continue to comment with you, what's your clout score? Because I can't have you affecting my brand. And, yeah, one guy didn't like that. So,
well, and to be honest, I think that's a better way to put it. Not so much villain, but foil, because foil means something a lot different than villain.
Oh yeah.
So I think foil it might be kind of fair, except for the fact that knowing you as a person, as a person that I count as one of my friends, I don't think you're a bad guy. I think that all of your motivations come from the right place. I don't think that you're trying to. I don't think you're trying to screw anybody. I don't think you're trying to fleece anybody. Yeah. I don't think you're trying to do anything untoward at all. And I think you're a good dude.
Simply put, he doesn't think you're trying to get him.
Right. And I think
I'm not trying to screw him. I'm not trying to screw him.
No, not even a little bit. And I think anybody
I'm trying to get mine.
Right. And I think anybody with any rational component to their psyche would understand that you are not out to fuck these guys because you like them.
Anybody who's not on the internet.
Right.
Anybody who's not on the internet.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Fair enough. But it does. It comes from what we talked about last week, you and I, the whole daddy, notice me, daddy, show me your love, daddy. I want you to love me, daddy, more than you love my brother, and that's what it comes down to. Yeah, exactly. And on the same token, Brywalt Q, please retweet Misinformation Podcast at gmail.com and Misinformation at Podbean. HTTP misinformation.podbean.com or search for us at Misinformation Podcast at iTunes.
You ass.
What? I'm just trying. I just want 4 more listeners, for Christ's sake.
Search Misinformation Podcast. That's what I do because I sometimes forget the address. So
that's
I just
fair.
Google Misinformation Podcast and everything comes up.
We pop right the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, after over 180 episodes, counting in the double episodes and the misinterviews and anything special we've done,
and the famous wife episodes.
Yeah,
wife episodes.
Did you hear that? Did you listen to that show?
Yes, and I think I should kind of go back and re-listen to it because I remember I was at the flea market listening to it, and I tended to. You're trying to share attention, like it's usually 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got a flashlight out, so you're trying to focus on 2 things at once. It's not a good idea.
Right on.
So,
yeah, we were.
And honestly, if they complain that you got more questions about me than about them, just blame it on the
We'll blame it on the fact that Tell 'em Steve Dave has 150,000 listeners, and we have 4.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I want to say that Ming mentioned how many listeners they had this week on I Saw Comics, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, Tell 'em is over 100,000 without question. Yeah. They're doing pretty well.
Not everybody who follows on Twitter follows them, online. So
yeah, no, I'm talking about their downloads. I can guarantee their downloads are over 100,000 easily.
Yeah,
easily.
That's why I said if they had a really easy domain, even though they're part of the Smodcast network, they're hidden in the Smodcast network. A pointer from outside of the Smodcast network to their portal in the Smodcast network would really help them out.
Well, or all they have to do is embed Google Analytics on their page. They can track.
Or start updating their blog.
Yeah.
Because, I'm reading August 30th Space Monkeys blog, so.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of Brian. He hits and misses. Like Brian he'll update a blog for 6 weeks, and then he won't touch anything for 4 months.
Yeah, you know what? I understand. I'm with him. He's kind of ADHD like I am, and it's just you get pulses sometimes, and it's just like I'm fed up with that. So
yeah,
Twitter is as Twitter I can put up with. So
ooh, it's shiny. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Adderall's the best stuff in the world.
Well, just make sure you let them know that this was it wasn't a bash 'em kind of cast. That
was the other thing. Yeah, when Q was like, you bashed me on your frequently asked questions. Like, no, I did. It was my commenters, and I have no control over them.
Right.
they're the fans, just like, they're rapping at me, they're rapping at you sometimes. So.
Well, it was very important to me. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to say your piece without having all the clucking and jiving and everything coming from the sides, and just that you had your opportunity to say whatever you needed to say.
And I thank you. And it was a tremendous blast and fun, and it's an experience the whole family can enjoy.
Remember that part where we talked about coming in people's faces? I don't know if all my family would enjoy that. This one, yes.
Go on.
No, I was just going to say this is not the last time we'll do this, John.
Yay!
I'm so glad you're thrilled by totally uneventful things.
Yeah.
I like talking. There's ISO Comics. I could just start a podcast called I Like Talking. Let's just talk.
That's pretty much what ours is.
Until they literally come in and unplug the cable, I'm going to keep on talking.
That's what ours is built on, though.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I like talking. I like giving We've lost more listeners due to the fact that we like talking than we've gained.
Yeah. I mean, who else except someone who likes talking will get drunk and read horrible fan fiction online every second, fourth, and sixth Wednesday of the month at drunkstorytime.com.
Well played. That elephant fucked the shit out of Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did.
Wait a minute, I read the Jennifer Love Hewitt story?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, I literally don't remember doing that.
You're pretty drunk. You had the hiccups.
Yeah.
It's those Jello shots. They're literally 50% vodka, and it's Boomerang vodka, which is like the cheapest vodka you can buy in New Jersey. Oh, yeah. I just get shit faced on that shit because it's like solid, so it like slowly dissolves in your stomach, and you can feel the warmth spreading.
Oh.
And it's like, wait a minute, okay, I didn't pee myself, so that's just the vodka shots. Okay.
All right, if you have one last thing to leave them with, get them. What is it?
Tell a Misinformation podcast.
This has been MisInterview with GitEmSteveDave. With you as always, I'm Zach.
I'm Eric.
Love you.
But don't it look so much easier on the TV? That's why I wish I had that treasure map just like the Goonies did. I wanna travel through time with Bill and Ted, Abe Lincoln, and Billy the Kid. Now I never liked Rambo very much, but if you'll be Starsky, then I'll be Hutch Clark's gonna teach us to fly. We're in a tar. Marty McFly, I wish I was cool, just like Izzy Slater. I wish I was bad, just like Darth Vader. And I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. I said I wish I was cool, just like Izzy Slater. I wish I was bad, just like Darth Vader. And I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane tonight. Lois Lane, talking about Lois. Later, and I wish I was bad, just like Darth Vader. And I wish I had a girl like Lois Lane. Well, maybe a girl just like Lana Lang, because she was always so much hotter than Lois Lane.
I didn't want you to come inside me. Well, why did you fucking... You can't say the word come when I'm that close and not have it happen. Good God, you are a virgin. Only virgins are that stupid.